I'm a mess getting this thing on the air tonight. Welcome, everybody. It's the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. That's April over there.
Hey.
Oh, boy, we have a great show planned for you today. I'm just going to get nice and situated. There we go. Oh, what a day. It is our final evening show of the week. After that, it's a couple of morning shows. We're going to wrap things up this week with a little talk with Alex Stein on Friday at 10 o'clock. And then head into the following week. It looks like, however, I do have some bittersweet news to start. Actually, I have a couple of Steel Toe Universe news items to report.
What's wrong?
Number one, no, nothing wrong. Our 2.5-week illustrious streak of a day without goals looks like it will probably come to an end tomorrow morning.
Oh.
What do you do? You know?
We've been spoiled.
What do you do? Everyone's gotten such a big break from Fred and David and Cody and, Dan and all these other people that, you know what? I don't think they'll have any problem picking things up tomorrow and Friday. We are 3:20 away from tomorrow morning's goal. So there is a chance we hit that tonight, but I'd say odds are better that we don't. There's the Streamlabs. There's the PayPal. Super Chats count as well. Becoming a new member counts as well. It's also pinned to the top of the page there. So it looks like that streak will come to an end, as all streaks do, and then we can start a new streak some other time. We also got word today that Corey has been suspended from Twitch.
What?
Corey's main Twitch channel was suspended today.
What did he do?
Kind of his own fault. This is not one of those ominous, like, what did I do Twitch bans. He had the World Cup on.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can't put that on there.
They're going to butt fuck you hard for that one. So,
man.
Yeah, if you put the World Cup on, they're gonna clip you. So I think it's a 48-hour. I hate how they call them bans. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's a suspension.
Yeah, it's
in my
a
opinion.
suspension. What's ironic is they call his a ban, and they call what we are is suspended. Our account is suspended indefinitely. He's banned.
A little backwards.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. So Corey loses his Twitch channel. Today's show, I was very happy with this morning's show. Unfortunately, some of our lowest audience numbers in a really long time. It really bummed the shit out of me right after the show. I snapped out of it relatively quickly, but we've been on a crazy run as of late, and hopefully we bounce back. We started like in the 150s on these evening shows, and they've been consistently in the 300s now. If we're back up into the 300s tonight, I'm going to feel a lot better.
Good.
But
I hope so.
499 was the peak this morning.
We've been damn near almost 600.
I know
days.
it's been 600, and today it was 499. I'm just. I hope that's a one-off
Shake
because
it off.
that makes me feel gross. Let's go to the phones here really quick. But before we do, I do have to hook us up into the system there. There we go. Now we can put old Maxie boy on. April's parents' hobby
Why
farm.
do
What's
you
going
do
on? Because
that?
his nickname is Maxie Pad because he's like a tampon. What's up, buddy?
Circle jerking with your buddies or dry humping.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Wait, am I behind in the chat?
Oh.
Oh, no.
Thank you for the call, sir. There we go. All right.
Did he hang up?
I was waiting for him to hang up. That was a very simple call.
I think he just needed to say that.
That's an old Steel Toe callback right there.
Yes.
That's a long time callback.
To Aaron's story time down
Yes.
memory lane.
Aaron's story time indeed. All right, let's get into the chat. And then, holy shit, guys, we had a lot of viral stories happen between the morning show and the evening show. From the time we ended this morning to now, there's like 3 crazy viral stories that happened. And then a bunch of other stuff. Later tonight, I want to watch an old Elvis clip that's going to make you realize, oh, maybe it was for the best that he died.
Ouch, really?
Yeah, because Elvis, people don't understand. Elvis got really fat at the end. He had a bad drug problem.
Yes.
He was
that's
not performing
true.
well. He was not selling out shows anymore. He was kind of a bypassed entity, kind of an old timer. He looked like an old Native American man. By the time he died, it was really bad.
I didn't see him at the end.
Yeah, and him dying was like the best career move he ever made. I feel the same way about Michael Jackson. His face was falling off, and he wasn't really doing anything anymore.
Not in good shape.
He was putting a comeback tour together and then dropped dead. So Elvis and Michael Jackson, I feel like kind of suffered the same fate in a good way.
How does Elvis come up today? Where does this come from?
On our Cringe yesterday, they had they put a clip up of Elvis performing while he was at the end and intoxicated.
So
perhaps.
even this many years later, people still
look at it and go,
look at him.
"Fuck, Elvis was just dog shit towards the end." Yeah, I was not a big Elvis guy to begin with. I mean, I like a lot of his songs, but I just think
he's just iconic. I think is really what he had.
Elvis is like the Beatles. You're supposed to like them, so you just say you do.
Yes,
because you don't want to argue with anybody. That's about what it is.
I like maybe 2 Beatles songs.
Zen Rhino says April wants to see Aaron get punched in the face by a big black guy. Why?
You're not supposed to say what we talk about in private.
What
the fuck?
When did you say that?
Look, we talk sometimes.
Why? Why am I getting punched in the face by a large black man for?
Just to keep you in your place.
Oh, okay. Just to keep me. Oh, same reason I hit you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Right?
then I understand. You're not big enough to inflict any damage. So.
Yes, my new thrift shirt matches the bruises that are healing on my rib cage.
Yeah,
right
which
now.
is good. I really
They blend in.
I turned into a left recently. I do feel bad about it. So I'm repenting.
That's the reason this rib always pops out. It
Oh,
hurts a lot.
I know. I know you don't want to talk about him anymore, but I checked in on Misery Loves Company today. It seems like somebody is no longer talking about a particular show. Couldn't quite break through the skin, so is kind of given up on it. And I tell you what, without me and without Bob Levy wasn't on it today. That is a rough watch.
So wait, it was just homeless guy and Kevin?
Yeah, and he was on his best behavior. I don't know if it was he was like of the manic depressive swings, it was the depressive one, but he was real mild-mannered, not saying very much. The theme with that show now has just become the chat hates it. It's almost like a hate watching thing, and that's too bad because Kevin's good. But it's become hate watch. The whole chat is just Chad sucks. He's fucking terrible. He's awful. It's a rough viewing. There was a time where I almost felt bad about it.
Yeah, I mean, I like you said, I don't care to talk about it anymore, but I used to enjoy that show, and I enjoy what Kevin and Bob do, and I've stopped watching it after what I went through. So
It's just,
I don't know why I have that guy on anymore. I don't know what that does for you.
Yeah, and he's run out of he's just run out of stuff, and now I've noticed the smaller podcasts are now picking the carcass we've left behind. So like our guys from Insufferable Bastards, Stevie Lou, Ski Mask, all those guys, they've just come in now and they're just ripping what's left of it apart, and it's it's pretty. I gotta say, it's pretty inspiring. I left something behind for the youngins, and then they're
I'm
picking
glad
the
you're
carcass
keeping
clean.
up on it. I can't be bothered to even look anymore.
Oh, don't you worry.
I
got you
really
covered.
don't care.
I got you covered. Flex says morning show sucks. April is the show. Just ask. He doesn't want to talk about it anymore. I told you. He does not want to discuss it.
That's funny because anytime I see like tweet replies or anything, that's not what I'm hearing.
Zen Rhino says, didn't he get suspended longer than that? Who actually had sex on Twitch Live? Oh yeah, wasn't there somebody who like fucked on Twitch and they got like 24 hours?
Yes, and I think it's because it was one of those like good titty streamers.
Yeah.
Those chicks that are like making the money.
Look, man, if you make a shitload of money and you're a good titty streamer on Twitch, they'll let you play by different rules. Well, Hassan even gets to play by different rules. Like he gets more lenient punishments, and he's not a titty streamer. He's just a boob.
Good one, old man.
He's just a
He's
boob.
a boob.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like, no offense to Corey at all, but like, can you imagine anything gayer than getting banned for soccer?
Right.
Like,
and he's like into it.
Yes, imagine like caring enough about soccer that you put it on your stream.
Yeah, I would highly recommend you guys go and check out today's morning show if you want to. It was pretty good. It was pretty funny today. I think I clipped 3 things out of it, especially the Bill Cosby black nationalism bit. Holy shit, did I have a lot of fun with that one. Yule Gibbons, thank you for the $20 super chat. Says, let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
And, of course, David Chandler, high on his pain medications, coming in with $100 on PayPal. 205 away from tomorrow's goal.
Thank you.
So we are, whether we have a goal tomorrow or not, it doesn't seem like it's going to be too daunting.
I'm glad to see he made it out of surgery.
Yes, he made it through, and for personal reasons, not just because he has been an amazing benefactor of this program.
Correct.
Happy Plague Doctor says, I tried tuning in as much as I could. It was a crazy morning. If you're where we are in Minnesota, I can understand you having a crazy morning. It was a nightmare to dig out of today.
Oh, yeah. I missed a bunch of the show today.
Yeah. The morning was a great show. No explaining the numbers sometimes, says Rex Dart. Yeah, it's, look, if it's only like 50 off, I consider that kind of a normal swing,
Yeah.
But if it's 100 off, I'm like, oh, man, today was really a fucking bummer.
I could tell, too. I came down here to take a breakfast order, and he did not want to talk.
Yeah,
You were
I was like,
just-
nah, I got to work through this a little bit.
Fuck.
Mad Max Mardigan says, down 200 viewers. Well, now you know your Minnesota demographic. And I understand. That is absolutely part of it, for sure. Zen Rhino says, Elvis was eating peanut butter, bacon, and banana sandwiches left and right. That was his favorite thing.
That does sound delicious, in fairness.
He really did. He really loved that shit. Mark says, now I want to see Mandy Rose's fan time. Not going to pay for it. Yeah, we'll talk about the Mandy Rose thing. I don't know why the WWE just up and canned Mandy Rose. I mean, all it's going to do is lead more people to pay for her racy photo site. And she seemed to be a relatively popular wrestler. Wrestler.
Uh-oh.
But I think it's going to be a move that makes her a shitload of money on, what is it, fan time?
Dude, I have no idea about this person. You're going to have to fill me in.
Oh, you'll be filled in.
Is it going to be good?
Oh, yeah, I think you'll like Mandy Rose.
Okay.
Hulkamasha Baby says, yeah, because Elvis's manager fucked him so hard, he had to stay in Vegas, work for his manager, otherwise he'd lose everything. Ryan says, back when you could look at somebody on 6 Downers and they'd say, thank you for coming. Zen Rhino says, Elvis isn't dead. Him, Tupac, and Michael Jackson are hanging out in Cuba. Hey, don't joke about that. I believed that when I was a teenager.
I think Prince is there, too. Did you really?
I thought Tupac was alive for most of my childhood.
Wow.
I believed all the early on websites, and they had all the, this information that made you think that, holy shit, Tupac really is alive. He's like in Jamaica, everybody thought.
I like carrying on the joke, but I never bought it.
Yeah, no, well, I don't know if I bought it or if I just wanted to believe it.
You wanted it to be true.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Let's continue on here. Oh no, I lost the chat again. Boy, am I fucking terrible on this. At this. Just a lot of bashing the MLC cast. Wow, D Gulag says Cardiff made him not talk about. Oh wow, you got cucked by Cardiff.
I didn't watch that. I saw he sent us something. I was kind of busy today.
Cardiff has always been very nice to us, and Cardiff goes, I think I made peace with the Chad thing. I'm like, I said to him, I think his behavior the last week kind of makes us look better than any content we can put out there. So I said it's not really in my, it's kind of in my rear view right now. I'm like, Anthony, I'll take little pot shots here and there, but like the rest of it, I mean, once a stick is broken, you don't put it back together to break it again.
Well, and then to me, there's like, for my radar, if I pick up like, oh, somebody's clearly mental, I'm just going to stay away from them.
Kenneth says, Kevin again refused to entertain his comments. Maybe he's come to his senses. Look, I don't want to do this thing where I start talking to, relatively famous people and then start telling you what our private conversations are. So I'll just say this. I've spoken to Kevin. And
are you referring to me or the chat?
What the chat just
okay.
said. I've spoken to Kevin. I know where he stands on the whole thing. Put it that way. Kenneth says, I bet Shuley got to homeless guy. He said he was going to have a talk with him. Look, I think a lot of people had, and I knew they were going to. They were telling me they were going to. I think a lot of people, he realized how many people he pissed off with that. And he definitely backed it off. They said, look, man, you are going down a bad road. You look like a fucking asshole. The only people who are on your side are these red bar people trying to stir you up, and that's it. And they just want to see you get left flat out in the street. So
I don't know why anyone would continue to work with that person when they clearly do this type of shit. You don't know who he's going to do that to next.
Lolcow. I think that's it. I think it's just
I don't think somebody like that's worth messing around with.
Let's continue on here. I survived COVID. Your show got me through. Oh, thank you, Brittany.
Good.
Citizen M says the homeless Floridian isn't talking about steel toe because I explained to him how Chrissy and Frank were the true source of his problems. Now, wait a minute. That's not how these things are supposed to go. Thank you, Curly Adam, for the $10. Appreciate that. 200 away from tomorrow's goal. There's the PayPal and the Streamlabs and the Super Chats and all that if you'd like to contribute. Oh, Flex becoming a Yeehaw Club member again. Didn't we lose Flex for a while? Didn't we upset Flex somehow, some way?
He's an Australian one, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened with him.
I feel like I upset Flex at one point and he left for a while, but it's good to have you back, buddy. It's good to have you back. We're almost caught up with the chat. Then we can go into all our stuff we have for you today. Just Googled Mandy Rose. No idea who she was. High maintenance looking. Well, who cares? You're not going to fuck her. You're just judging her appearance. That's the best thing about it.
I don't know this person. Help me.
We'll get to Mandy Rose in a little while. When does the beef with Howard Stern start? Let's go after the king, says Freaky Deaky. We got to put up our Howard clip from this week yet.
Are you trying to beef with him?
Not trying to beef with him. I'm just watching his stuff and saying he sucks.
I don't want to beef with him.
That's about it. I would love to beef with
God.
Howard Stern. Are you kidding me? That would be great. Just it's another Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali changing of the guard moment, in my opinion. I want to see Howard without the wig.
Is it a wig now?
I think there's rumors that it's been a wig for quite some time.
I usually can tell. I haven't looked close enough.
There's been rumors that it's been a wig for a while. Let's see. All right, we're all caught up there. Let's go to this. I want to do the crack in the box thing first. Then we'll do Mandy Rose, and then we've got this Miss Nerdy Curvy business that I like ripping on Twitch streamers quite a bit. After
you see, like Twitch is like a lower rung than you now.
I do see us as above Twitch.
Cute.
If you ask me, I think to me it's like Twitch is Formula One and YouTube is NASCAR. Okay. So you can be a really big dog on Twitch, but you ain't shit until you come over to YouTube and do it there. Like we weren't shit. Nobody knew who we were except our direct audience until we came over to YouTube. Nobody cared about me until I put on the mask.
You used to wear masks on this show back in the Twitch days. Remember we have like a Bane mask for you and a whole bunch of other shit?
we did some fun bits.
We were weird over there.
Let's do the crack in the box story. So there's this kid with, I think he's got cancer. or he's got some terminal disease. Like, this kid's going to die. And he has a YouTube channel. And he wanted to get his YouTube channel to 100,000 subs. And Johnny Depp made a video on his channel telling people to subscribe to this kid. He did it as Captain Jack Sparrow. You can't see the messages anymore because YouTube, as this kid was about to get to 100,000, canceled his account.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? This is just a kid doing a sub goal, right? That's it?
Yeah.
Nothing else?
And here's what the theory is. The working theory they're going with is Johnny Depp did the video as Captain Jack Sparrow, which is like a pretty common thing for terminal kids. They want to meet Jack Sparrow, or
it's a Make-A-Wish, basically.
A pro wrestler or something like that. Well, this kid got Johnny Depp to do the video. He was approaching 100,000 subscribers, and a bunch of cunty bitches that sided with Amber Heard during that whole thing mass flagged the kid's channel, and YouTube is taking it down. Now, I don't want to get too hard on YouTube because I feel like this is just an algorithm cancellation, like an algorithm termination. And I think they're going to reverse this. I think the public outcry for this will be so much so that YouTube will go, oh my God, Jesus Christ, somebody bring that channel back.
Well, yeah, I don't like that, though, that you suddenly, just because it's mass flagged, like, they just take it down without looking at what it really is. I actually don't like that very much.
I think it's playing it safe from a legal perspective. Like if you get a bunch of comments and it's like, say it's like a mass shooter's bio, or what do they call that? His manuscript or something like
Manifesto.
that. His manifesto, and he's putting that out there.
Yeah.
Then you don't want that going on there. So if you're getting a bunch of people mass flagging the same thing over and over, you go, all right, let's take it down. Let's not fuck around. So I think what's going to happen is that YouTube will get the blowback tonight, and by tomorrow, that kid's channel will be back up.
I sure hope so, because it doesn't seem like that's a hard one to just look at quick and be like, oh, that was clearly a mistake.
And by the way, like anyone in any beef, as we know, if you want to prove to people that you're the good people and your side was righteous, you should shut down a terminally ill child's YouTube channel because a guy you don't like was on it.
That is kind of mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't find...
That's how you prove that Amber Heard was the real victim and Johnny Depp was lying, is you harm a terminally ill child. That's how you... If you want to make Amber Heard and all of the people on her side look not crazy, definitely try to get a little kid's, terminally ill kid's YouTube canceled because he had Johnny Depp on there.
I couldn't find time in my day to like rally troops to do something like that.
Well, she doesn't even have to.
Oh, that's true. You're right. You're just saying it's all these mental cases that are like pro Amber.
Yeah. It's just people who like Amber Heard, and they're going after her.
All because Johnny wanted to do a cancer kid a favor.
Yeah. And he didn't want vodka bottles hucked at his head. What an asshole.
He didn't want to lose a finger today?
Yeah.
No shit in the bed?
So, yeah, no shit in the bed. So the YouTube guy's name is Kraken the Box. Sparks return rumors with rare Jack Sparrow appearance for charity. Like, can I find a copy of this video anywhere? So he goes, okay, good. Here's one.
Right. Then, so, Captain Corey, terrible.
Looks old.
I was going to say for how many years have passed, he looks actually pretty good.
I was going to say he looks old.
You can tell he's older, but maybe,
like for that,
you know what? Maybe I'm just biased. I think he still looks okay for his age.
For that character, he just that's a swashbuckling, carefree guy, and he just kind of looks like a middle-aged guy starting a cover band.
Oh.
You know, it's really more middle-aged guy cover band. This looks like a guy on the Las Vegas streets dressed up as Jack Sparrow.
I don't like that opinion.
Well, it doesn't look like Jack Sparrow anymore. You know, you don't have the thick black mustache and beard combo. You know, you can tell the hair's been worked over quite a bit, and, you know, the face has seen better days.
Maybe he's not all, like, made up like he usually is for the movies, you know, with the makeup and stuff.
Look, what you're doing right now is cute. Okay? It's
I'm
adorable.
Coping.
I appreciate the effort. I'm sure Johnny would be very happy that you're going to bat for him like this.
Right.
But I think if you can see through your bias, you can see that that ain't Jack Sparrow anymore.
Look, how many years has it been? It's been a while.
It's like, you know what? It's not as bad as looking at Ric Flair in the tights earlier this year. It's not that bad.
Okay.
But it's definitely like Greg the Hammer Valentine in the early 90s.
Look, wouldn't a pirate be aging out in the sunshine on the The C's.
Yeah, but this is not like he's looking closer to Barbosa than Jack Sparrow at this point.
Or like his dad.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that he looks like the Keith Richards Jack
Yeah.
Sparrow character.
So I missed out on this. Meant to say it. Forgot to say it. Didn't say it. Gonna say it now. Say it.
Also, I'm gonna say face looking a little chubbier these days.
I don't know if it's chubby, but it's definitely sagging right here.
Yeah.
I'd still buy it.
I'll say it. I hear tell of something.
Is he smoking
they
a
speak
cigarette?
about in the ages of now called the YouTube channel, which I don't understand, but why not? And I understand that you're quite the YouTube channel man, or you shall be, and all that YouTubeness.
Is he drunk?
No, you know what it is?
What?
Actors need writers for a reason.
I think so, because like I don't think it'd be hard to talk to a kid.
Give an actor a microphone and say, hey, just go. And they'll go, what the fuck are you leaving me here for? I don't know how to do this. Write something for me. Write me. You got to remember, actors are empty vessels. They're just these brain dead. You've heard them talk about politics and stuff.
That's
They
true.
sound like dipshits.
Always avoid that if you
Right.
can.
They talk in talking points. So if they don't have someone writing clever dialogue for them, they don't know what to say.
That's true. I don't know. I feel like making a video to a kid would be so easy. Like having a conversation with a kid is pretty basic.
April, you really think that still looks good?
Not in that still frame, no.
This looks like when the Honky Tonk Man attempted a comeback in the mid 90s. This is really old pro wrestling shit right here.
Look.
He's starting to look like Paul Burchill.
Give him a few shots of Botox right here and here. Like, he'll be okay. He's got like reverse dimples
Especially
up top.
right here. Yeah, he really needs give him
What
a
is
shot
that?
right in there. That's
See-
just your face caving in.
See, exactly. I don't think he looks chubby. It looks like he's actually like withering away
Ready?
somehow.
Amber Heard, Amber Heard, Amber Heard, Amber Heard.
Hold on.
It's all Amber Heard.
How old is he?
54, 55.
And he smoked probably all his adult life.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
he's
most of his
looking-
childhood.
I think he's looking okay. For
Wow,
what he's
you
been
are
through.
trying really hard.
What? I'm just
That
being
looks
honest.
like a grandfather.
Whatever. Grandfather?
Sorry.
You've had grandpas before. I didn't know mine, so maybe I'm confused.
Mine died around a little after Johnny Depp's age, about 5-7 years later.
To be. So, what I'm saying is, I shall be glad to follow your YouTube channel, and I shall tell all my friends to follow your YouTube channel. And
Why does he do that?
I
He
think
sucks without a writer.
will make for a wonderful entertainment.
Just thank God Tim Burton didn't write this for him. All this would be black back here. You'd have like Beetlejuice buildings in the background. Like it would look like Gotham in the Batman
yeah.
movie that he made.
A lot of shadows.
Oh, yeah.
This momentary lapse of togetherness all together in one space, but far apart. But then at the same time,
He's also fucked up. I'm going to go with he's fucked up.
Well,
too.
I already said that and you said no.
I think he's trying to do the character, but it's hard to tell the character and just a 50-some-year-old man being off his ass.
To me, his eyes look very watery. Like this guy looks like he's on something.
very close, curious, enduring, and strange. However,
Wouldn't it be funny if the cancer kid at this point in the video was like, all right, you guys can shut it off. I'm fucking annoyed. I get it.
No,
All
he
right.
actually dies before this video's over.
He died just all of a sudden he's like, beep. Like, oh, he never finished the video. You self-indulgent
It
bastard.
took too long.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
I shall be there, watching every moment, and watching moments with you,
Oh.
momenting and tubing you. Tubing you.
It'd be funny if he just in the middle of this went, cut, fuck it, I'll do it again.
He's fucked up, man.
Oh,
Is he ever sober? I'm starting to wonder that.
I think he's only getting a reprieve publicly because everyone wanted him to win that lawsuit. I
Yeah.
don't think if that lawsuit never existed, we'd be looking at him right now and kind of feeling sorry for him.
I am right now.
Yeah, well,
I
yeah.
feel like the guy's probably been through a lot.
This just seems like a lot of drinking,
And
some eating. There's definitely some paunch there.
while I may hold him near and dear to my heart, like I feel like having a conversation with him would fucking suck.
Yeah, you go to dinner with Johnny Depp, you're like, oh my God, this is the greatest. And by appetizers, you're like, can you bring the check, please? I'm done.
I don't even need a to-go box.
Yeah.
Just get me out of here.
I wish you the best of luck.
You've just ruined him for me.
Yeah. Do you care to see another one of those movies now?
No.
No.
I didn't think they were going to bring him back for one, though.
Oh, boy, that was rough to watch. I hope that, but that look, that was bad enough. If they did that on Johnny Depp's channel, I would absolutely want his channel struck, and I want Johnny punished for it. But that kid didn't deserve it.
No, that was too much.
No.
That kid deserved like a sober, attentive, like to the point celebrity video.
You know who he deserved? Jason Momoa. That's who he deserved.
I don't hate it.
He deserved Jason Momoa.
Oh, that would have been cool. Or like Robert Downey Jr. like dressed up as Iron Man.
Iron Man would have kicked the shit out of that.
Oh God.
Thank you very much to the lovely and talented Frank Pellegrino. $9.99 says Depp visits sick kids in the hospital dressed as Jack Sparrow all the time. So many touching videos online. I'm not saying he doesn't. It's a wonderful thing that he does. I'm saying time is not being kind at the moment. Time and vodka are not being kind.
See, I don't even think time. I just think the vodka. Like, if that's true, he probably goes to the hospital sober at least, right?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yes.
Is this IV bag full of vodka, mate?
Where's the rum?
Marquise says, bullshit. Having a conversation with children is hard, especially when you don't like them. Well, it was a one-way conversation. It was just right to the camera.
You didn't even have to, like, converse with the kid.
Yeah.
I actually think talking to kids is super easy.
Twisted Effing Joker says, looks like a homeless dude dressed like Jack Sparrow.
Oh, stop it.
What? I mean...
I don't want to admit that yet.
You're getting close, though. Like, you've come a long way just in this one conversation.
I do believe that having a conversation with him would suck, but I'd still do it.
At the very least, give the kid his goddamn channel back. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, that's bullshit.
Now the kid's got a video of Johnny Depp way past his prime, probably a little drunk in the middle of the afternoon, giving him a rambling promo for his YouTube channel. So he has to watch that, and he doesn't even get the likes from it.
That is bullshit.
I don't like it at all.
Dude, was I the only one thinking that kid maybe couldn't even understand him half the time?
It would have been nice if they would have put
subtitles
on that.
He wasn't being very clear or loud.
Johnny never wanted to drink iced tea to look like he was drinking whiskey. Depp definitely is a fucking drunk, but it's all part of his character. Yeah, I think that's half the reason he does the Jack Sparrow character, because he's like, I can do it fucked up and nobody will know.
Well, that's just how he's supposed to be.
The problem is he takes off the makeup and the costume and puts normal clothes on, but then keeps talking like that. And they're like, Johnny, what are you doing? You're out of character. He's like, I'm just incredibly drunk, mate.
Are you saying you understand why Amber had it now?
Look, I think we all said during that trial, these are two people who should have never met.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is a sensitive lush, and she is a raging bitch. These two, like, who do you wish Amber Heard on? Amber Heard belongs to, like, she belongs with...
Zuckerberg.
No, not Zuckerberg. He'd just have her killed. She belongs with...
him.
I think Musk is a good fit for her. Musk is kind of a take charge guy. He does what he wants, you know.
But do you wish that on Musk?
No. But I'm saying, like, she could, like, if she's with someone like Johnny Depp, she'll run over him 100 times out of 100.
Right, which to me says that while he's a drunk, he's probably not an asshole.
He's a sensitive boy, in my opinion. But in Elon Musk, you can't run over Elon Musk. He puts babies in bitches and then just writes them a check and leaves.
Didn't he put one in her? Isn't that what the story? Isn't that how the story goes?
That's the rumor. Citizen M says Depp would hate Frank's guts and. Citizen M, do we have to?
Jesus.
Do we have to?
Why, buddy?
Oh boy. Aaron Imholt v. April Heard. Well, no, I can't. You can't really compare April and Amber Heard. I don't think. Jesus Christ, let me know. That is not something I'm going to say.
I didn't get to read it
live on this program. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
What she's saying is that Amber Heard should have been with the Stanford kid, Brock. Was it Brock Larson? No, not Brock Larson. That's a Minnesota guy.
It's not Lesnar either.
Who is the... You know who I'm talking about? The kid who was in college?
I do.
That's who she's saying she should be with.
I like... Where did April Heard come from, though? And I like to think, like, if I would have married her, like, I wouldn't take her name. No.
No, not Brock. Brock Turner. There you go. She belongs. Lemmy's basically saying that Amber Heard belongs with Brock Turner after a night of drinking at a college bar. That's what Lemmy's trying to say.
She's one of those weird purples. People.
You don't want to be one of those purples. Can we clip that, please?
She's a weird purple.
She's one of those weird purples.
God, no, she's one of those weird people that, depending on if you have like a front-on image of her or a side view, she doesn't look hot sometimes, and then other times she's really hot. What is that? Have you seen that from her? Like, sometimes she looks really chubby,
I don't
too.
see. I never think she looks hot because I know like how she is now, so I can't see her as good looking.
I hear you.
She really is one of those purples. You wish she was purple. You know,
I looked at my Yeti here and I fucking.
She's one of those purples. I get it.
Purple.
That's what happens if I try to like pick up the next three things I'm going to pick in the chat before we move on to another story.
Okay.
If I do that while I'm forming my thoughts, sometimes that's why when we're doing a story, the chat is gone. Because I want to focus on what we're doing. Because if I'm trying to keep up, our chat moves too fast now. Humble brag. And if I try to pick three things out and then it scrolls on me, it totally fucks me up, and I can't talk about what I want to talk about.
That's understandable.
Do you want me to address this one? Citizen M, sorry, I'm extra pissed because Gino fucking doxed an innocent again.
Do you know anything about this?
I do.
Because I don't, obviously.
I do. Somebody called Gino's cell phone.
Okay.
To fuck with him on his show. It was a Red Bar person. And here's my problem with the Red Bar trolls. You guys have to be more like your cult leader. Your cult leader, it's kind of a robot at this point. Like nothing comes out or gets in. You know, it's just, he's not even a human being anymore. The rest of you want to do all these dastardly things and you want to be these pirates on the high seas of the internet. But the minute anyone does anything back, then all of a sudden, well, I'm an innocent. I'm just a viewer. I'm just a person doing, in my opinion, when you call in to fuck with somebody, now you're becoming part of the show and you can be attacked. You wanted to be. However, I don't know if giving out the phone number is cool. I don't think that's cool.
No, I think we could agree on that.
I don't think you give out the phone number to a big audience. I'm against that personally.
I think with some reasoning, maybe you could help him understand that.
Like I said, when Chad was embarrassing himself this weekend, I never once said that he couldn't say or do any of the things he was doing. I said it's a bad look. I said I'd never do it. I said you're losing the respect of anybody who may have respected you. Fine. Never said you couldn't do it. I'm not going to tell Gino he can't do it. A guy who calls his personal phone, does it to shit on him. Okay, you guys handle that however you want to handle it. I personally, and this is how I talked about the Chad thing too, I personally would not go that route. I would not give away someone's phone number because they called to fuck with me.
Okay, so in that regard, Citizen M then, he called this person, the caller, an innocent. Do you believe the caller is innocent if they called to shit on somebody?
They are not an innocent. But they didn't.
That's kind of what you know why I'd say, like, if Gino has done that before and you know that and you still call him, I'd say you kind of knew that going into it. You knew what the chances were that your phone number could get out there. Yeah, I still don't agree with it, but you did know that going into the phone call.
Yeah. I think that you called in to be shitty. He one-upped you, and you went, and I'm not saying the guy who called him did this, by the way. The guy who called him might be going, haha, whatever, who gives a shit. But like Citizen M, that guy called in. He wanted a certain thing out of Gino. Gino upped the ante a little more. I wouldn't have done it that way. I wouldn't have handled it like that. But then again, I also wouldn't call into a guy's show because I fucking despise him for I have no idea what reason.
That's my thing.
So I wouldn't do what either of them did. That's my thing. Like, I would make fun of I would do a show. I think all these Red Bar people who like to call shows and show up in chats, here's something productive they can do. Start a show.
They don't have the talent. Most of them don't.
Well, you don't know until you know. You don't know until you try. But no, I actually want to help here. Start a show, do a show. And they all say the same thing. Well, I have a job, or I have this, or I have that. Well, your own cult leader said in a recent episode, Red Bar said, that's not an excuse. You fucking do it or you fucking don't. If you've got a job, then you shut the fuck up. That's his whole position on the thing. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you've got a job, why do you have time to call in and shit on somebody then?
Exactly. They're saying it's the Talmudic way. There you go. No, 7,000 subscribers, says Just a Dabbler. No super chat music and no boobies, but I'll stick around because I enjoy Steel Toe. Well, thank you, Just a Dabbler.
Thanks.
It's very kind of you. And what are we at now? We're 190? 190 away from tomorrow morning's goal. So we may or may not have a goal tomorrow morning. We will see.
Okay.
Dad says, y'all need to get off Gino's jock. Dude is a hack. I'm not talking about Gino the professional. I like Gino the person. We're friends. And look, I'm not on his jock. I said I wouldn't have given away the guy's phone number. But I'm sure if I told Gino that, he'd give me a big, long answer as to why it's okay that he did it.
Sure.
You know?
Yep.
Everybody who does that look, I'm here. I've said it a million times. I'm here to have fun. I'm an obnoxious guy. So if maybe that's why the Ginos and the Chads act the way they do, is because I'm so obnoxious. I can take the person who's coming after me and I can annoy them to the point where they want to leave.
Yes.
We've seen it a million times. I mean, I've annoyed a guy recently so bad he had a complete mental breakdown. So I don't feel the need to go to that level. I don't feel the need to go to families. I don't feel the need to go to phone numbers or anything else. I also understand I have a very rare approach to these internet things. Mm-hmm. My approach is not a very common one. You know, the platform or the playbook is supposed to be, oh, this guy shit on you in your chat, and I'm supposed to go, yeah, well, fuck you. I hate you. You're a piece of shit. Someone comes to us and goes, and says, your show sucks. We're like, yeah, probably for you. I understand where that would be obnoxious, but why would you be here? I don't understand. Like, we start questioning the person and we go, why would you be here? Why wouldn't you just go somewhere else? They're like, well, because I don't want to. I want to fuck with you. I'm like, well, you're not fucking with me. I'm asking you a question. Why are you still here? And then you just start being so obnoxious and you don't give them what they want, that your show gets a reputation of, yeah, don't go fuck with that show. That guy, and they'll make an excuse. They'll go, that guy's just a prick and an asshole and a loser and annoying. It's like, well, good. That's my troll repellent.
To me, like, even if there's a show I enjoy, but then suddenly one of the cast members is a total prick and, like, I don't like him, I just stop watching the show.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Gino also had Mersh and Royce on his show yesterday, and they've been really nasty to Anthony. And it's another one of those things where all these podcasts we end up in the orbit of, I like everybody, and I'm not saying this, that, or the other thing, and I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, well, it turns into that Bob thing where people don't like that he doesn't
exactly,
plant stakes, I guess.
I like Royce and Mersh. I like Anthony. I mean, Anthony's a huge influence to me. So.
I wish everyone could stop fighting.
Exactly. Let's go to, okay, now it's just people yelling about Gino and all this other shit. Aaron is the Tim Pool of comedy podcasting. I certainly am not. Tim Pool is a liar. Tim Pool will say like, oh, so-and-so did this or that. And you'll be like, where's your proof? And you'll be like, just trust me. Just trust me. Tim Pool is whiny. Rain says, Steel Toe, there is a podcaster with his blonde wife on YouTube copying your show. Well, I'm honored.
Oh, I think that's that BS show. Not the Bob and Shuley one.
No, that's the good one.
No, the other small, tiny show.
Those guys need a lot more charisma if they're going to do what we do. That's that's Ambien a little bit. Happy Plague Doctor says, Tim Pool's cat is dying. Have some respect. His cat's dying? Aaron is the pineapple pizza of podcasting. He makes your excretions taste good. Yes, exactly.
Fuck.
Speaking of our buddy, they're saying Tim Pool is in self-destruct mode. Please send me a link, Joe the Toe. You could have that for tomorrow. You want to watch Tim Pool fall apart?
Sure.
I would enjoy that. Aaron's a bit funnier than Tim and would probably be a better guy to work for, says B. Smiley. Thank you,
hear
B.
that?
Smiley. A little bit of reason.
You're a bit funnier.
Look, I would like to be a lot funnier, but I'll take, as long as we're distancing ourselves, That, to me, that's a push off the dock. We'll keep drifting. Mm-hmm. I'm fine with that. Tim's cat was dying. I didn't even know he was sick, says Zen Rhino.
He lived with Tim too long.
Yeah, I lived with Tim too long. Usually it's cats who they like piss ammonia and it ends up like polluting your lungs. He was just around Tim's bullshit so long that the cat actually got cancer and died.
The cat didn't like how he dealt with the Kanye thing. He was disappointed.
Oh, yeah. Aaron is scuffed Waldo. He found himself stuck in Minnesota and just gave up on life. I was born here.
You found yourself stuck, yeah.
Oh, boy. I want to know what... I'm interested now in Tim Pool falling apart.
I don't know enough about Tim Pool yet to be interested. You're going to have to show me him falling apart, I guess.
Well, let's talk about this Mandy Rose thing. I'm very excited about the Mandy Rose deal. I think this is a stupid move by WWE. I think it's kind of the old way of doing business, not adapting to how things are now, especially in the OnlyFans era. Mark my words, in the next 2 years, firing a woman for having an OnlyFans is going to be considered like a form of discrimination.
It is. I don't think I feel like we're there already. You know,
because they're still firing like teachers and cops and shit like that. Like they're still cutting people loose, and like this Mandy Rose story we'll get to in a second. But I think in a couple years there's gonna be so many thoughts and skanks on OnlyFans that they're gonna be powerful enough that like it's gonna be like Operation Mayhem. There's gonna be so many of us on OnlyFans that if you fire us, who's gonna take out your garbage and be your police officers?
It's literally that party you were at in college where there were so many of you there, the cops couldn't like give you all minors, so they just told you to go home.
Exactly.
And then you just go to the next house.
We're not going to have UFC fighters. We're not going to have teachers. We're not going to have secretaries. We're not going to have anything like that because they're all going to have an OnlyFans. Everyone's going to try to fire them. There's going to be some kind of like landmark lawsuit where now women can't be fired for having an OnlyFans as long as it doesn't interfere with company time.
I could see the Biden administration coming up with this.
So Mandy Rose is a professional wrestler for the WWE. And she was posting content on April, close your eyes, because I don't want to reveal what Mandy Rose looks like yet.
Okay.
She dropped the NXT title on Tuesday night's episode of NXT and then was fired today. Okay, so this was planned.
Can I open now?
Yes.
Okay.
The 32-year-old was in the midst of one of the most dominant title reigns in NXT history before she shockingly lost the title on Tuesday. So they probably had planned for her to drop this title.
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of the website? They're not mentioning it. It's not OnlyFans.
It's fan
link or something like that. It's they don't have it.
Time?
Bleacher Report fucking sucks. Do they have like some kind of deal with Fan Time? There it is. It
was Fan Time. Wow.
Yeah, a Fan Time page. So she had this Fan Time page and she was putting content up there, and it was outside of WWE time. But WWE decided this is not something we want to be associated with. They found a loophole in her contract where putting up content like that is a violation. So you're out. We're terminating your contract.
Yep. With
WWE. That being said, I know she's probably not very happy with losing her pro wrestling career. But any independent promotion, be it ROH, AEW, Impact, any of those companies, they will gladly pick her up because they love picking the bones of the WWE just because they have that name on them.
Sure.
And also, her fan time or OnlyFans or whatever she chooses to do is going to go through the fucking roof. As a matter of fact, I don't know why these female wrestlers don't, and maybe they will in the future, do like 3-4 solid years of WWE TV work, start an OnlyFans, let them fire you.
Why not?
Right?
And because just the firing alone is going to drive people there.
Yeah. I mean, Paige Van Zandt never has to fight again.
Nope. She has her own website.
Yeah, and she makes a shitload of money from it.
She looks good.
And as Richard Schack says, yeah, how ironic. WWE, that bastion of morality. Wrestlers dying at 40. Their CEO
Drugs.
having to quit because he was fucking girls and paying them. And
how about all the drug and alcohol problems, too?
Steroid use, all kinds of people just being fucked up all the time. They've had WWE stars. When I was a kid, it was like a rite of passage for the new hot WWE chick to be in Playboy. China did porn.
Oh, wow.
X-Pac did porn. I mean, they weren't working for WWE at the time.
Still.
But like all of these Playboy people, all this stuff that they've done, and this chick manages her own fan time. I think what pissed WWE off might have been that they didn't get a cut. She was making money on the side that undercuts WWE's access to her name and likeness and everything else.
Really? I feel like this would be an entirely separate thing, and there's nothing they should be able to like cry about there.
Should we take a look? Do you want to see some Mandy Rose photos and see what you think?
I'd like to know what she looks like.
You filthy
Holy
lesbo.
Okay, there's something weird with her face, but everything else is pristine.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember, if you're a pro wrestler, you've got what equates to stage makeup on.
That's some pretty thick makeup.
But they do that. I mean, it's like doing theater. In theater, you've got heavy
this,
makeup.
This like mostly white crop top here.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm not really a brunette guy, but that is...
You're not a brunette guy?
That's a really nice body.
Well, she's in phenomenal shape.
Yeah, that's a great body. I don't like her face. I love everything else.
Jesus. So she's putting shit like this on her fan time page, and I'm sure she's doing very, very well with it. But WWE was not thrilled over it. I mean...
Jesus Christ.
She's going to make a fortune.
She makes me ashamed of myself.
Why's this?
Look at her. Look, I work out. I don't look like that. You know what I mean?
You don't have access to a lot of the things she has access to.
I guess. I don't do fucking makeup either.
It's
so
also,
I guess, that was all makeup.
It's also not your career to make yourself look like that. I mean, you have to remember, she doesn't do this as a hobby and then look like that. This is what she does for a living.
She's so good at that pouty face.
Oh, man. She's going to...
oh, man.
Again, they let her go. Like, there's part of me, there's a businessman sitting in an office that understands, that gets it. You know, we want to put forth a certain image, and even though we've fallen short of that image in the past, that doesn't mean that we just allow it all now. We've got to enforce a certain... We also don't want all of our WWE girls getting OnlyFans, getting rich off the OnlyFans, and then telling us to fuck off. You got to think.
Okay.
An OnlyFans for a female wrestler is leverage in contract negotiations.
I have a fucking argument to that, too. What if they all had OnlyFans because they're fucking hot, and that drove people to watch your WWE shit more?
Maybe, but I'm saying in terms of negotiating for a contract, they don't have to take whatever deal WWE throws at them. They can go, you can pay me more, or I'll just do more shit with my OnlyFans.
What if they're really good at their job on WWE?
It doesn't matter. WWE's job is to not pay them more than they have to. And having that OnlyFans as another source of income undercuts what WWE can offer them.
I can see two sides of this. I do. I understand what you're saying, but I also feel like the OnlyFans thing shouldn't be affecting this that bad that you lost your job. She already has no clothes on in the ring.
I have
Big fucking deal.
I have not seen the extent that she goes on her fan time page. I don't know how hard in the paint she goes on that fan time page.
Something's hard, that's for sure.
So I can't say. I mean, if she's taking a hard one in the shit cutter, on her fan time page, there's a chance that Triple H goes, "Yeah, I don't want to be associated with this."
Why not? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say why not, but
yeah. So look, I get it from an office standpoint. But from what I understand, this is not like she didn't just get this fan time page.
Most of them have been like by the time you hear about them having one, I'm sure they've been working on it for a while, like a year or two at least.
Okay. Gordy says she's basically doing soft porn with her husband, who is a wrestler in NWA.
Big deal. See
well,
what I mean?
Now there's two things if you're WWA. They don't want another wrestler being promoted, and they also don't want you basically fucking on the internet. I get it.
I will say they already put the women in fucking slutty clothes in the ring. I don't see the big deal here in regards to the sex. Now, the cross promotion, I actually see that more than the sex.
Yeah. Scotty Faye says they probably talked to her numerous times about it and she still didn't listen. Mark says WWE has even made some of their wrestlers shut down their gaming channels and stuff like that. Well, I mean, think about this. Howard Stern used to yell at Stuttering John about this. And it was making side money and getting free shit on, as Howard would say, because he's Jewish, his tuchus. John would take Yankees tickets. John would take stock, IPOs, from people calling into the show, and they'd offer him IPOs, VIP Yankee tickets, shit like that, and he'd take it all. And Howard would get pissed because he's going, you're on my ass.
Yep.
On my time and on my ass, you're taking handouts and you're taking freebies. Okay. And John would play dumb and, pretend he didn't understand, or maybe he was just dumb and he didn't understand. But this kind of reminds me of that. WWE sees this as, you guys are starting a gaming channel. You guys are starting a YouTube or a Twitch. You guys are starting an OnlyFans or a fan time, and you're using it based on our TV time. People see you on our TV. They search for you. They find your fan time.
Right. Where I argue that is, what if it went the other way? That's what I see.
I don't believe that for a second.
Okay.
If I was a judge and you presented that in court, I'd tell you to get the fuck out of here with that. It is far more likely that they see you on WWE and they go search for you and find the fan time than they found you on fan time and found WWE. And also, it would be different if WWE agreed to advertising on her fan time page.
Sure.
They didn't agree to be associated with that.
This to me is giving me serious old radio vibes when they found out that you had a Twitch and you were making money with it on the side. And they didn't like that a whole lot. They wanted all the information about it.
They never found out until after I left.
Still, they found out you had one.
Well, they knew I had a Twitch, but they didn't know. I kept.
You always told me that they had found out, like, no, there's more going on there. And they wanted your information.
No. They knew that there was like partnership and stuff, but I just
Yeah.
kept telling them that I haven't applied for it in a long time.
Oh, you didn't tell me that part.
My dad taught me, he was the master of the half-truth. So you weren't lying.
Wow.
Yeah, so you weren't lying. So here's one.
This is good.
My dad tried to get us into a basketball tournament that our friends were in, but my dad didn't want to pay for each of us and my friends to go to it. So we wore our jerseys, our basketball jerseys, for our team because it was a different tournament. Usually when you wear your jerseys, you get in free. They were making my dad pay. And my dad goes, I don't want to pay. It was so awkward because he's just standing there.
No, your dad's never been awkward or uncomfortable. Yeah. I have no idea.
He's like, I don't want to pay. So the lady there going, well, you have to pay unless you're working. And he goes, well, I am working. And she said, well, yeah, I'm working over there. And he pointed that way towards like Woodbury or wherever he works.
Oh, he was pretending to be like a coach or something.
But it's also towards where the concession stand is. So they went, oh, okay, well then, yeah, go ahead and go in. So he wasn't lying, but he wasn't.
So your dad taught you to be a half-honest man.
In these situations like the radio one.
Wow.
So with the radio situation, it was this. I told them, no, I haven't applied for partnership in months, which was true. I hadn't applied for partnership in months because I was already a partner. So I wasn't lying to them.
You know what? I'm going to remember this tactic.
Listen, I wasn't
will use this.
Listen, I wasn't lying to them. They just weren't asking the right questions.
Basically, it was a lie by omission then?
No, I was answering the question they asked me. I wasn't answering what they wanted.
Got it.
I just answered the question.
The answers still fit the question, but not in the way that they intended.
Here's how it went. They would go, do you make money on that Twitch? And I said, I said, if you're partner, you make money on Twitch. And then they said, well, how do you become partner? And I said, you have to apply for partnership. He goes, and they would ask me, have you applied for partnership? And I said, I haven't applied for partnership in a long time. And all that was true.
Bag of shit.
Right. All of that was true.
No, it totally is.
I did not tell me one lie I told in that whole thing.
No, you didn't.
Right. They just didn't ask the correct question.
Very crafty of you.
Right. Well, look, I answered the questions I was asked.
And you learned this from your father.
I gave them nothing more than what they asked. I'm not going to answer a question I wasn't asked. Now watch.
See, I feel like my dad's taught me the same thing, but he always just says never give anyone any more information than they need.
That's lying too.
Is it lying?
Yes.
Or is it just
if you know something that could help them with what they're looking for, then yes. You and I are the same piece of shit.
But my dad has never said don't just be half honest. He just said not any more than they need.
That's the same thing I'm talking about. I answered
Your dad said it a very different way, though.
Yeah, well.
Look,
no, I'm saying the way I practiced it is different. I'm an evolved
Has this helped
guy.
you through a lot of things in your life? Or what?
It's caused some problems.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not fucking her right now.
Right. Now I might.
My dick isn't in them at this moment.
Am I fucking them now? No.
No. Am I fucking them? Am I fucking them? No, I am not fucking them. And that is 100% true. Did I fuck them yesterday? Yes. Do I plan on fucking them tomorrow? Yes. But am I fucking them? No.
No, I'm right here with you.
I am right here. I wish I wasn't.
Right.
I wish I was fucking them. I used to be
you're fucking killing me.
I used to be a piece of shit is what I'm trying to say.
Woo.
This one rescued me.
Yeah, right. Look at him. Look how much joy you're having right now.
Well, what? When you've moved on from who you were, you can you can enjoy doing this.
I like these little lapses of
instead of being on radio and doing this instead. I am a 1,000% different person. Like I am so much happier and in such a better place. I get annoyed when people aren't happy around me. Like it bothers me when I'm like, why aren't you happy? Life is amazing. And they're like, well, my dad just died. And I'm like, you'll figure it out.
I bet you'd tell your best friend that.
No. I would just try to change the subject because that's really uncomfortable.
That is, Aaron. Anytime something's uncomfortable, yeah, but how about them Vikings?
Yeah, game's on. It's pretty good.
No, I'm not fucking them right now.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not fucking them now. And it's your job to ask me if I fucked them before. I don't have to answer that question. What is this? What am I, fucking detained? Ask me the question. I will answer it. It will hurt your feelings, but I will answer the question.
Any other big events in your life you've done this for?
Oh, no, I didn't do it for that one. I was using that as an example.
Oh.
No, that one when I
thought that was very funny.
That one when I got caught, I was like, oh, bridge exploded. I'm out now.
And that's what you were looking for, though.
Right.
Okay.
I was too big of a chicken shit to just...
I heard necessarily that bridge didn't explode immediately.
Not immediately, no. I was offered an open relationship,
Those are always good.
Which I rejected. Which means that they had someone else too, by the way. You don't just offer an open relationship. I mean, when you move on immediately after, it's not like you didn't have some arrows in the quiver. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I had something I wanted to say that you've told me before, but I'm going to omit.
Okay.
From the show.
Fair enough. This has been fun.
I like seeing little glimpses of you like that. It's very funny.
People don't respect...
And I can totally see your dad being a total bag of shit like that because I've seen him be a bag of shit.
People don't respect the levels I'm capable of operating on. I feel like sometimes I'm treated like a dipshit. I'm a very smart man. There are a lot of weapons at my disposal that I find immoral to use, but that doesn't mean I don't have them.
Right, that doesn't mean you're above it.
No, I am. No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I possess the weapons. I just feel I'm in a place now in my life where I'm above using them. But if push ever came to shove, they're always there if I need them, You
just look back and
nobody's
giggle.
going to use a 50 cal in a home defense situation. But if I ever find myself in a position where I may need a 50 cal, good to know I keep it clean in the closet,
Oh, you? What?
Figuratively speaking. They're calling me Obfuscator Aaron.
That's very good.
I want to see what the chat has to say about this. Brian says, I learned it from watching you, Dad.
Where the fuck was this in Hinckley that day?
What?
When he told you that you do everything wrong, where was this? Why didn't you tell him? I learned it all from you. That's the truth.
Yeah, maybe I should have said I'm just following your lead. Well,
Dad,
I more followed a few of my uncle's leads, I think.
I'm my father's son.
A cousin. Oh, there's a cousin of mine who lives in Las Vegas. When we go in April, I keep forgetting to hang out with him. You'd love him, man. He's a blast. My cousin Todd, he's probably about 46.
No, you know who I miss in Vegas? And I miss him increasingly
Izzy Presley?
a lot. I miss Izzy Presley.
The only thing with Izzy...
I want to hang out with him more.
The only problem with Izzy is you can't take him anywhere.
Because he only wants to go to Casino Royale?
Yeah. He wants to go to poor people.
I don't know. The places he goes look kind of fun.
April always looks like she's trying to catch him in a lie. It makes it awkward. She's investigating.
No, I'm not.
She's doing some investigating.
I think it's very funny.
We done some investigating and you ain't spray shit.
I feel like that's
not me. I'm the truth, homie.
I feel like that's completely not.
Got the industry shook. Like, nah, Joe, go and let him loose, homie.
Go off. Got
bitches on top of the Phantom. And the pinky got bling like the ring around Saturn. All right. Oh, man. Daddy issues, ? Have you not been listening?
Yeah, what?
I agree. Have I ever denied that? Never. Cliff says, I agree with April. Give only the answers they want. Move on. That's what I said. It's not lying by omission, traffic and African. If you're not
I said that too.
A lie of omission is if they ask you a direct question and you only give them half of the truth. Like what you're saying is true.
Oh, so the thing I went through.
The thing you're saying is true.
Yeah.
But you have more information that is true about it. You just didn't say it, so you don't have to lie. That's a lie of omission. Answering a question that they asked, but knowing that there's a question they want to ask that you're not answering, that's not a lie of omission. That's just answering the question, giving them the bare minimum.
Did your dad teach you any other good life skills? Like this one?
If you give me a day, I can probably come back at you with a list. Okay. Not right now. I probably can't. Aaron, that is the textbook definition of lying by omission.
That's why I said that too.
Do you understand the difference?
I do understand the difference, but can you also admit that it does sound that way?
Here's what the lying by omission. No, okay. I may be behind in the chat. Lying by omission is the I'm not fucking them right now. That's lying by omission.
But that's an example that you gave for your
No.
thing.
The Twitch one is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Twitch one to the company is not lying by omission. That's just answering their questions. Not my fault they asked the wrong questions. I guess they're kind of similar.
They're pretty similar, like pretty much the same thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just you didn't give them anything more than you needed, which means you omitted something.
So does this go in the Mandy Rose segment, or have we gone on to something else now?
I think this is interesting.
Is this still part of the Mandy Rose segment? WWE licenses and copyrights the name and image of all their wrestlers. That's why wrestlers have to adjust their name and image going to a different promoter. I agree with Cliff. Aaron went from villain to anti-hero. I've always seen myself as an anti-hero.
Okay, what the fuck is an anti-hero if it's not a villain?
It's like a guy who the audience roots for, but he's not the greatest guy. Like he's got some shades of gray to him. He's not, he's not pure snow babyface, He's Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's Saul Goodman.
Okay.
Kind of an anti-hero. Like that's the guy you're rooting for, but you can admit he's kind of a piece of shit.
Sure.
That's me. Kind of a piece of shit, but I'm a good guy. Balls Deep says that's what happens when one doesn't respect the spirit of speech. They fucked with your dream. You owe them nothing for omitting while staying literally true. You know what it is?
So it is keeping stuff, though.
It's immoral to let a sucker keep his money. If I'm smarter than you, it's not my fault for being smarter than you. You didn't respect my intelligence. You fucked with a heavier operator. You got what you deserved.
I agree with that.
You were a mark. I took you down. And I never lied to you.
This was always the outcome.
Someone catches someone having a Twitch stream and pocketing the money, and you think that of me? I am the one who streams.
What if you knew this outcome going into radio? Wouldn't that be interesting to know that was coming for you someday?
That question?
I don't believe in fortune tellers or anything like that, but if you had been able to know that was coming for you, you just didn't know when. Oh, that'd be so weird.
It would ruin it.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I don't want to know when things are coming. I like to think that I'm a genius who just adapted to all of it.
I want to know when things are coming.
Oh, well, I'll tell you. I'll leave it on your face. Rhino the Hamster says, ladies and gentlemen of this supposed jury, it does not make sense. If Chewbacca lives on Endor, you must acquit. The defense rests. Oh, shit, it's the Chewbacca defense. Oh, man. Handsome T says, April with another dumb comment. Nice. You left a dumb comment up top. There you go.
Thanks.
You stupid bitch.
I guess I must have low T, handsome T.
You dumb whore. God, you're so stupid. Why aren't you smarter on this show?
My tits can tell if it's already raining.
You're fucking ruining everything.
You should fire me.
Handsome T, I tell you
Probably
what.
divorce me too. I'm a terrible step parent.
Handsome T, if you keep this up, buddy, I'm gonna get rid of her because you know what's gonna happen? Handsome T is gonna write enough stuff where I'm gonna go, that guy's not retarded at all. He makes a lot of sense. He's not one of the dumbest fucking guys in the world. He's the guy I gotta listen to.
Yeah.
And I'll cut you loose. And I think you know that.
No, set me free, please.
Yes.
Which one was the dumb comment? I'd like to know.
What? Just whenever you open your mouth, I think, is
okay.
what he was saying. Yeah.
It just oozes dumb.
Yeah. Triple N says the rift has begun. Yeah. See what he did there? Now he's caused a thing.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Now we're going to hate each other later. Then probably hate fuck.
In fairness,
and then it'll be fine.
In fairness, Handsome T, you're better at it than Chad is. 185. See, I still make you fucking laugh with that shit. No matter how terrible that was for you, I'm still very funny.
I will never care about homeless people.
Me neither. I always kind of hope they get run over.
Didn't you say once you want to take care of homeless people with flamethrowers in the streets?
I do. And I've never felt that more strongly now.
I think a lot of Florida could be taken care of with flamethrowers.
Exactly. The ones who are smart enough to stay in houses that they own. Those are the ones that get to stay. Thank you very much to Phage Lives with $4.99. 185 away from tomorrow's goal, boys and girls. Thank you very much. Phage Lives with $4.99 says The Punisher is a classic anti-hero. Yes, the Punisher would be a good anti-hero. Someone who's got some dirt on him, but you root for him.
Look at this. Trafficking African says I'm nothing but trouble for you and that he'd gladly take me off your hands.
Oh, you see, Handsome T and Trafficking African, they're going to make me see the light eventually.
I hope somebody does. For God's sakes, Chad was trying.
Yeah, you know what? I think
No, he tried to get me from you. That's how
Right,
it went.
right.
He was very confusing, though. He loved me 1 second enough to, like, try to save me from
Right.
this, but then shits on me.
he wasn't very patient with his courting. You know, Chad's a guy, he gets one no, he flies off the handle. It's like, buddy, you got to teach Chad sales. You know, he hates that I was a salesman.
Sure.
He hates that I got to control my own program because he had to be a third mic. But he always, he says, oh, sales is gay. Well, I understand why you think it's gay. He doesn't understand the basic idea of sales, which is the sale starts at no. That's probably why nobody touches his dinkers.
I wish Chad knew that for me with men, I like a good slow burn.
Yeah, and you're just,
Marquise,
you're a pine needle, motherfucker. All right, let's go to Marquise. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I agree. You should get rid of the hole. You can do better than her. She's dragging you down, man.
Fucking
you don't
A.
need this shit.
Yeah, fuck
Fucking
these
right.
whores. Ah! Incels
Fucking
now!
Dave.
I'm starting a podcast with Zumach. We're just going to hate women all day long. We're going to yell at whores.
I'm
And when they don't
quitting.
fuck us, we're going to project all of our problems onto them.
I think I have to quit
There's
now.
just 3 holes.
Fuck.
Thanks, buddy.
I would-
All right. Thanks, Marquise.
Aw.
I needed that pep talk.
Okay,
Is what it was.
Cliff says dibs on me and Brian says dibs on Gordy.
He's going to fuck my
Okay,
dog.
so that actually puts Cliff in third place. I've got a running list so far.
Okay.
It goes Brittany, my parents' hobby farm, and now it's Cliff.
Okay, so you're
So I
going
got like 3 people in line.
you're going lesbian. Is what it sounds like.
They're all women, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much to Lemmy with the $20 via PayPal. Appreciate that, Lemmy. We are 165 away from tomorrow's goal. There is a chance we knock out tomorrow morning's goal before the show starts, keeping our 2.5 week streak alive of not having a goal. All right, let's do this nerdy curvy story that came up. So there's this Twitch streamer. I don't know what his name is. I don't really care to know what his name is, but I do want to know just for journalistic
Whoa.
integrity, as it were.
That's a lot to read.
But there's this chick named Miss Nerdy Curvy, and she was on somebody's Twitch stream. And I don't know if this guy's a guy. I know that this went viral on Twitter today, and I know that people on Twitch are terrible at doing shows. Like, they can play video games and shit, but here's a Twitch stream. Ready? This is a Twitch. This is why this show was always all wrong for Twitch, and I just didn't know it until we came here.
Yeah.
And realized how easy it is to grow a channel if you play the game right.
Look, we were dumb.
Yeah. So on Twitch, it's this. Yeah, Terminate Intel. I agree with you. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh, it's FPK. Thank you very. Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. Yeah. No, absolutely. No, you know what, dude? Fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. No, that's fucking dumb. That's stupid.
You're so angry.
No, and then you got to be quiet for like 9 seconds. Like you're clicking around. You just hear clicking. Yeah, I mean, that guy's stupid. He's just, God, he's fucking dumb. I don't care. Let's play this game. Yeah, Beach Boy 32. I don't care if you think he's right and I'm wrong. It's just fucking dumb. You guys are stupid. Thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Sweet Lou 28.
What the fuck?
Like, there's no show is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
no show on Twitch. It's just a guy yammering his own thoughts into a computer camera and playing a video game.
It gets worse than that. Like, I'll bring up fucking Tim the Tap Man. Every time I will fucking bring this up. That guy not even sat. His chair sat empty on his stream for 40 minutes with 30,000 people watching it.
Yeah.
A fucking chair.
What's worse, people
Okay.
who do shows on Twitch or people who watch
Who
Twitch?
just don't do their shows and they're still there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are Twitch shows worse or are Twitch
Look,
consumers worse?
Here's where I have a hard problem. Like, we have a couple friends that have good shows on Twitch. Okay.
Well, then
So
say it's
I would like to omit those people.
then say it's the people, and yes, I did just dribble on myself. Then say it's the people who watch Twitch that are the problem.
Yeah, it's people that watch Twitch.
There you go. Let's watch this Tardo. He goes into his chat and he asks everyone, "How are you doing today?"
Mm-hmm.
Now
fine.
you will rarely hear me ask our chat how they're doing today. Do you know why?
Because you don't care.
And they don't either. They don't care if I care or not. You know what they want out of me? Dance, monkey.
Yeah.
Entertain me. Do a show. You and April, fuck around, tell us stories, make some jokes. Let's laugh at each other. Let's have a good time. They don't really care. If they want to tell me something bad enough, they'll tell me. So this Miss Nerdy Curvy is in this Twitch streamers chat. And if anybody knows who he is, just send me a message. I have no fuck. I'd love to have him on. He asks everyone how they're doing. And Miss Nerdy Curvy, innocently enough, says, my mother just died.
Oh. And
Now-
you know why people do that, though? They don't have anyone in their personal life to like give them a hug.
Twitch is their life.
Yeah.
They're connecting with these creators. That's our job as broadcasters is we make a connection with these people. We become a part of their day. We become a part of their week, their family, so on and so forth.
Routine.
You become part of their routine. We're as much a part of their day as their automobile is.
Mm-hmm.
So when people feel close enough to you to tell you certain stuff, you don't start screaming at them. Ladies and gentlemen,
no.
I give you the wrong way to handle a chat.
In Spanish, and it's chef's kiss. All right. Curvy, where the fuck have you been? Oh my God. Well, tell you what, Miss Dirty Curvy, you know what we're not going to do? We're not going to talk about it in my chat.
So he just asked her, where have you been? So Miss Nerdy Curvy has not been around his stream. And she says, well, my mom died. That's where I've been. So you asked, motherfucker.
And it sounds like she's probably a regular and usually
Yes.
supports him and stuff. So
I'll try not to pause so much, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to set this up for you.
Chef's kiss. All right. Curvy, where the fuck have you been? Oh my God. Well, tell you what, Miss Dirty Curvy, you know what we're not going to do? We're not going to talk about it in my chat because it's Friday and that is a whole big bucket of bummer. And I'm sorry for your loss, but we're not doing that in my fucking chat.
No, but you had the right answer just a second ago.
Ooh.
I'm sorry for your loss. Okay, shut the fuck up, wannabe shock jock, and stop. Just wrap it up there.
Right.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh my God. Yeah, you don't ask somebody and then fucking shit all over them for answering
Let's
you.
say you don't even ask. Let's say someone goes in your chat and they're just feeling lonely and they go, my mom just died. And you don't want to bring the room down. Then don't read it.
That's what you do.
Skip right over it.
Exactly. Like, that's why not everyone's comments get read, is because we try to stick to stuff that's relevant at the time.
If I skip it, it's not a personal slight against you. It's not that I don't think it's good. It's that for what we're doing right now during the show, I've got to make an on-the-fly call. The chat's moving very quick. I only got to include the stuff that I just have an immediate reaction to.
Thank you. Well, okay, Miss Dirty Curvy, you said, no, that's fine. You asked, so I told. No, I didn't ask you to tell me the biggest fucking bummer news in the world. I said, hey, what's up? How are you?
No. Suck my dick, bearded asshole.
So that guy's a fucking liar now.
By the way, we got to start giving people licenses for beards because I'm tired of these soft pricks having big, bushy beards.
Right, like a facade. Like, oh, I'm a big, tough man.
Right, because that's the idea most people get. So then you act like a little bitch, especially with white headphones. Stop it. You're not a girl.
Whoa.
Why don't you put fucking cat ears on them at this point?
Whoa.
Jeez, white headphones.
I didn't
Christ.
know that'd be so contentious for you.
Well, you have a black beard and a black hat and then white headphones. It's distracting. Stop it. Twitch streamers are minor leaguers. So anyway, if you're going to have a stream and this person writes that their mom just died, skip over it if you don't like it. And you didn't ask her what you doing. You asked where she's been. She answered the question. And this guy with the beard, you would immediately think, oh, he's a guy's guy. And then 5 seconds into his stream, you're like, I've been sold a bill of goods. This guy's a bitch.
Yeah, absolutely a bitch. Yeah, this is not beard material, guy.
No, it's like watching Barstool. You see all these fat guys at Barstool with beards, and you're like, oh, are they lumberjacks? You're like, no, they're just fat, lazy video game playing bums.
Okay, I want to make a rule that only people that actually like are blue collar, like tough worker guys, like no
Right.
one else gets beards.
Here's
it.
here's who gets beards. People who have to work outside in the cold.
Yes. Keep
People
your
who have
face warm.
taken the life of an animal or person.
Nice.
And
What?
I think that's about it. I think that's who gets beards.
And also women that cover up for gay men.
Figurative beards are okay.
Okay.
I would never I would never begrudge someone.
I have to shave mine often.
Especially if you lived in Wyoming or Idaho. You know, I'm not going to begrudge you hiding the fact that you like to put your penis in buttholes. That's certainly not something that I can
or
judge.
animals, apparently.
Or, look, your
Wyoming gets weird.
look, your world, boss. But as far as this guy with a beard, it shouldn't be allowed. You know who else shouldn't be allowed a beard? And I like this person. I like him. I like him. I think he's a good dude. I've enjoyed some of his stuff in the past.
I'm thinking hard.
Keemstar shouldn't be allowed. That's not a beard guy. Keemstar is not a beard guy.
I agree with you. What about Mike David?
There's only one reason I'm allowing it for Mike David.
Keeps his scrawny face warm.
He's very ill.
Yeah.
Very sick people are allowed to have facial hair.
Okay.
And old people. If you're old, you've killed something, you're sick, you work outside, you're allowed to have a beard.
You know what? Let me give you a little bit of a lesson, Miss Nerdy Curvy. When something really, really bad is going on in your life, and in a public forum, someone asks you, hey, what's up? How are you? There are two acceptable responses. Good.
Fuck you.
And you know what? I'll make it through.
Suck my ass. You know what? As a host of a show that has a reputation for being a comedy show where the host can be a bit abrasive, I do like having these moments where I get to kind of tell people, like, look, we're putting on a show here. I'm not a piece of shit to the people who enjoy the program. If you've ever got something tough going on, and you ever got something shitty going on, and you just want to call into this show, or you want to write something in the chat, if I don't get to it, rest assured I'm not going to judge you for it. I'm not going to tell you you're a piece of shit, and why the fuck would you tell me your parents died? And even if I don't get to it, someone else in the chat might. That's why they call it a community.
Somebody will comfort you.
Someone will reach out and say, oh, man, that sucks. And that, honestly, her favorite streamer telling her, oh, that's too bad, I feel bad, are you okay? That might change the trajectory of her entire week.
It would. That's important to a lot of people. I would say we've actually gone above and beyond for most people. We've done like fundraisers for people's sick cats before, because that cat was important to their family and it had to have surgery. We've helped out like sick children before with GoFundMe's and everything.
Do you think I wanted to save a cat? No.
Right, this guy hates cats.
I hate cats.
But that guy...
But I didn't want to see a fan of mine, be in a bad spot.
No, that guy was a big fan of ours.
Yeah. So, I hope his cat's dead now, but I hope it survived that thing.
We actually listened to the same guy tell us his dad died about 40,000 times in a couple years.
Yeah.
And somehow put
and
up
the
with
only
it.
the only person I never insulted in that whole thing was the guy's dead dad. I always felt bad for the guy's dead dad.
We understood the death, actually.
1,000%. He was in the MLC chat today trying to ingratiate himself. Kevin Brennan will kill him. He's barking up the wrong tree. Do not try to get in good with Kevin Brennan. He will decimate you. He does not suffer fools like that.
I don't even try to pretend like Kevin would ever like me. Like now that guy's still on the show too, I've kind of quit watching, but it's like I would never try.
All right, here we go. Let's watch this guy continue to yell at a woman. Again, of course, all she did, he said, where have you been? And Miss Nerdy Curvy said, my mom died.
That's it. How are you? Good? Or, you know what? I'll make it through. Awesome. Love to hear it. See, there you go. Or Prom's response. I said, Prom, how are you doing? She says, I'm alive.
Wow.
Wait, people in his chat are siding up with him? Yeah, you Twitch people are gross. You guys got to get outside once in a while, man.
He's such a douche. His whole chat seems like a douchey now.
Miss Nerdy Curvy says, I'm not trying to bum anyone out. You asked me where I was, so I said where.
Yeah, you seem pretty cunty wondering why she hasn't been in your chat lately.
Yeah, you needy fuck.
Wow.
Shave your beard. Shave your beard.
You should have to shave your beard when you come out like a douche like this.
There you go.
Nice tats, Queeb.
Oh, I asked you where you were. Look, Mr. Curvy, I'm just subtly trying to tell you that unloading really heavy news in people's chats on Twitch is not like good etiquette.
Oh, fuck you. Are you a guy who can handle streaming or not? This is the biggest problem. At least with YouTube, it weeds out the people who can't do this. Mm-hmm. Twitch doesn't. Any dickhead who can get 7 people to watch him at a time can get affiliate.
They think they're making it.
YouTube, at least there's a fucking standard to being partner. You got to earn that shit. At Twitch, these people are just pretending scumbags. I fucking hate this guy.
Well, and he's got some kind of like weird entitled like personality here too.
That's bad chat etiquette.
You're on Twitch.
Yeah, bad chat etiquette. A fan of yours saying that, they're going through a tough time right now is not bad chat etiquette. You know what bad chat etiquette is? Throwing a fucking baby boy tantrum because you can't handle something that any broadcaster in this world should be able to handle. I'm glad people like this fly off the handle. I hope everybody shits on him because a guy like this needs to be weeded out because he doesn't deserve a show. Not because he's mean to women. Lord knows I've been okay with that. Not because he's bad to some, but because he thinks there's fucking rules, and one of the rules is don't talk about your grief to the person you feel a connection with. You fucking mug of shit.
Well, and now he's got his whole chat like fucking telling this person how she should have answered too.
Fuck that.
That's not helping anything.
I found out about this story from Mersh. He retweeted this, and Mersh started retweeting people who are defending this guy.
That's what I'm saying. Now that he has said, like, oh, you're having bad chat etiquette, like, his chat is going after her, too, saying you should have said this.
I wrote back to Mersh. I said, please tell me this isn't the majority of people's responses to this.
Well, the thing about the internet is people don't fucking care about anyone else.
Bro.
Like,
This guy
say that.
He's got a pyramid of beer cans, though. This guy's fucking clutch, dude.
Oh, they're PBRs, too.
Oh, he's
You
got
see
some
that?
Coors in there, though.
He's got one Coors.
Bro,
and a
he
bunch
drinks
of
all kinds of
PBRs.
different beers, April. He doesn't care as long as it's cold.
He's that hipster, though. He's got the beard, the tattoos, and drinks PBR with your white headphones.
And a pink light.
Ooh.
Ugh.
And what does that say up in the left-hand corner? What is the...
We found the body.
Ugh. I don't like him.
It's not the place to do it. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's it. I figured this is a good opportunity to inform you. Heavy news like that, when someone asks, hey, where have you been? You don't need to tell them, well, my dog died, my husband left me for a younger woman, my house burnt down, and my car...
These are all things I'm hoping happen to you.
I was kind of hoping that he was projecting.
Right. These are all things that I hope are currently going on in your life.
Right.
God. Imagine being someone who does this and you can't handle that.
Well, yeah, because like even if you didn't want to hear that bummer of an answer, you could have just said, "Oh, that really sucks. I'm sorry."
Right,
Move
that's it.
on.
Oh, man, I'm sorry that happened.
Can you just fake it? Like, can you at least fake it for me? Just say, "Oh, that sucks." And then you can go on with your show.
Unreal.
got stolen, so I've been a little bit busy. That's why I haven't been around. Because it's like, oh, God. Like, like, you know, like, if someone asks, like, hey, what's up? Where have you been? And it's heavy, just be like, I had a bunch of shit going on, so I've been lying low for a little while.
Maybe she's been holding on to this grief of her mother dying for so long, she thought it would be nice to just kind of get it off her chest. But hey, thanks for fucking that one up, Tardo Beard.
And you see like how much time he's spending on it now? Like he could have moved on.
I mean, look,
long
that's
ago.
the one good broadcaster thing he did. He took the bit and he stretched it out a little bit. He filled some time.
Fine.
Other than that, real piece of shit way to behave.
Got it. That's it. I'm not trying to rip you a new ass.
I'm not trying to rip you a new asshole. I just did for the last 2 minutes.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do like your mom or anything,
Yeah.
but
I'm not trying to be a dick. I just effortlessly am one.
I just happen to resemble a dick.
That's about it. Yeah. Kirby is actually Casey Anthony in real life, so I get it. I don't believe nerdy Curvy is that person.
No.
Is this guy gonna blow up a bus soon? No, that beard is all for show.
He's all bark, no bite.
Guinness IV says, is this Corey? That's Brittany says, why would he assume that every streamer feels this way?
He is kind of speaking on behalf of all streams.
Who would give a shit if someone wanted to say that in their chat? Again, only a lunatic doesn't know how to regulate their own chat as they go. Especially like that guy's wasn't moving that fast.
We got people in the chat like weekly that say, oh, I'm having surgery today. Thanks for giving me laughs beforehand. Or, you know, my parent died. I lost my job. Like everyone says everything here. I don't think we hate you for it.
Citizen M says, it sucks your little sister got SA'd, but kind of don't give a fuck if I'm being honest. We try to keep things light. Yeah, it's like, then don't read that. Don't read it.
That's a good point. He could have just skipped the comment.
Labglass says he uses beard oils and conditioner. He probably does.
Oh, he's got a whole kit.
He probably
He's got
does.
like a cute little beard brush.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's also that guy during Christmas that puts glitter in his beard.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, and then the pictures get out and he acts upset. Thank you very much to Marquise for the $4.99 or the $4, excuse me, on PayPal. Only
you.
160 away from tomorrow morning's goal. Maybe we do keep that streak alive.
Maybe.
Of no goal for tomorrow. We are 160 away. There's the Streamlabs and the PayPal. Super chats count as well. We have an hour left in tonight's show, so there is a chance we keep our 2.5-week streak of no goals for the day of still alive. Let's go to Mark Atkins. Grinch Girl says, I'm sorry your baby died. Let's make dead baby jokes for an hour to make you feel better.
That's happened before.
Right. We had a listener whose wife had a miscarriage.
Yep.
And he made some kind of off-color remark about it. So we said, oh, yeah? Here you go. And it was just listeners and us just firing away with the jokes.
I think he actually started the jokes, and it was his...
That's what I mean. He started it.
Yeah, it was his lost fetuses.
Yes. Mark says, could have just said sorry for your loss and moved on. Would have only taken 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he turned it into a 2-minute rant.
Yes.
Flex says, Aaron's beard looks better. Sure does, right? My beard looks way better than that guy's beard.
I do condition.
Raider Hawk Media is right, too. That guy totally dyes his beard.
He might... Oh, did he frost his tips one time?
In high school, maybe.
Yeah.
JJ says, I recently lost my wife. I cheated on her and she left. Thanks for picking me up with some smiles, guys. Hey!
No problem.
How you doing, buddy? I hear you. Enough of that old bitch, right?
Fuck marriage,
Yeah,
bro.
some nice, tight, snug puss, and you're out of there.
Have too many kids with a wife, you gotta go for a tighter one.
Go get some nice, snug puss, kiddo. I hear you. Something younger, hotter. Fucking bingo.
That's fucking funny.
Atomic Citizen says, hey, I brought the story. My wife is growing mushrooms in her brain. Aaron brings me GS me pictures. Great show here. You meant that some other way.
What?
Kay Fallon says, that's why I never mentioned my wife's miscarriage here. There you go. Reeling, Minnesota says, with my beard and hair that hasn't been cut for a year and a half, I look like some homeless dude. Don't go on Twitch. I'll make fun of you.
There's a lot of men in this state specifically that, like, from the months of November to, let's say, like February, March, they don't shave. They don't cut their hair. They do look rather caveman-esque.
Well, look, I mean.
You want to try it?
No.
You got a little scruff today.
I do. I need to shave it.
No.
I need to get rid of it. It's time to get that all taken care of. Ellen DeGeneres' famed DJ Twitch, dead at 40. I'll be honest with you, I never heard of the guy till today. April knew him right off the bat. I thought she was joking.
Nope, I did. I had to watch a lot of Ellen with my grandmas.
Had to.
And yeah, well, you got to spend time with them. And I mean, so I saw Twitch all the time, and he just seemed like a fun, fun-loving guy. Nothing wrong with him, but not somebody like you'd ever think about.
I want to admit something. I just want to come clean. I believe it's good for my soul and my karma. When I found out he killed himself and it wasn't, like drop dead from a heart thing, I didn't care about the story as much.
I felt that way too because as soon as I saw that Twitch died at 40, I was like, oh.
Here's another one.
Yeah, another one.
Another one just dropping dead.
We all know Twitch always dies anyways.
Yes. But, I mean, I have to admit, I wish the news could do this. I'm fully willing to admit that I have a narrative I'm following. Mm-hmm. And when something matches it, I go, ooh, fun. Oh, I knew it. Here's another piece of evidence. And then when it's something that happens every day, all the time for the last 2,000 years, I'm like, that happens.
Oh, he killed himself?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck it.
No, now it's not
Nobody
interesting.
cares.
Yeah, it's like, I was sad.
Is there any part of you that thinks that there's going to, like, his wife or something's going to say, like, oh, he had a lot of hard times working with Ellen?
That would be great. Like, we find out Ellen bullied him. But she's been gone now for a year, 2 years.
I don't know how long.
So I don't really know if that washes. But, yeah, he died, and I had a whole thing ready for it. But then when they came out that he killed himself, I was like, well, I got nothing to say about that. Good luck to the guy.
He's dead.
And I love when,
What?
Good luck to his family.
Good luck to the guy.
Yeah, good luck to the guy. That's what I say.
I hope you rot
Whenever
evenly.
whenever someone says, oh, so-and-so died, I go, well, best of luck. They're like, what do you mean best of luck? With whatever, is going on after.
That's what happens at any funeral I go to with Aaron. He will touch the corpse and it'll say, you know what?
Oh.
Good luck down there.
You know what I've done like 10 times before at weddings, and I hate this. I wish the people who lost someone would not ask me questions. I went to, in high school, my girlfriend's best friend's dad died.
That sucks.
And I had to go to the funeral. And the guy's wife goes, oh, hi, Aaron. How are you? Don't ask me this, because there is a pat answer we all give. And what do we say when someone says, oh, how are you doing?
Fine.
And then what do you say after that?
And you?
Right.
You asked somebody at a
Dude,
funeral.
I have done that more times than I'd like to admit in my life at funerals. Oh, how are you? Oh, good. And you? And I go, fuck.
Wow, I feel like that's just as bad as like being on the phone with somebody that you're not like close to and you say I love you before getting off the phone.
Who did I was talking to someone.
The credit card guy.
I was talking to someone from Chase because like April and I have the Rochester thing coming up. We've got Las Vegas coming up. And my credit card that I've had since I was 17 doesn't really do much for rewards for like travel. And the only thing I ever, like I always have a zero balance on my credit card. The only thing I'll use it for is if I get good rewards on something. And so I was like, I told the guy at Chase, I'm like, I'd like a new card. And I'd like something that gets me huge rewards for airfare, hotels, and dining. Those are the three things I want.
Yeah.
And he found me one, and I loved it. And it's got like 3 times on your streaming services, 5 times on your travel, and all that shit. But you have to book through the app or whatever.
That's pretty cool.
So I got that. Well, I'm talking to the guy about it. We're setting the whole thing up. And I'm used to basically only talking to April on the phone. And all of our conversations end with, okay, love you, bye. I'm talking to the guy from the credit card company from Chase, and I said, all right, so then I'll see you at Wednesday at noon. And I said, all right, look. And I stopped myself. He goes, what was that? I go, nothing. Talk to you later.
You want to know who I did it to?
Who?
I think I was ordering pizza from Jets once, and I told the guy on the other end that I was giving my pizza order to. Okay, thanks, love you. And I actually got it out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And obviously you can't just hang up after that because then you're going to see the person later. So I had to say, you know what? That was obviously...
Yeah, I meant for somebody else.
My bad.
Sorry. Tyler Barton says, the credit card guy, zoom out. No, not that credit card guy. Different. I could trust this guy.
Yeah, basically you only call me and Bob now. You're going to start telling Bob you love him too?
Yeah, but I would mean it.
That's true.
Yeah,
you don't have to lie about that one.
I love the great Bob Levy.
He's
off performing at a prison tonight. But I'm not shitting you. Bob Levy is doing a prison show.
I mean, protect your butthole.
This evening. He got a big list. It's on Twitter somewhere. Bob got a big list of jokes you can't tell at the prison show. Yeah.
That seems weird.
And
I mean, I feel like of all people, those guys have done the bad things already.
Yeah. There was a big list of jokes you can't do at the prison. I want to see if I can find it. Whoa. Jesus, Bob. I'm just scrolling through his tweets.
How often do people tweet?
Here it is. All right. Here's the list of things Bob can't do at the prison. Obviously, it is understood to adhere the following guidelines. No rape or sexual assault jokes, to which I responded and I said, wait a minute, you can get raped, but you can't joke about it.
That would be my response.
All right.
Okay.
No jokes about the Department of Corrections.
Lame.
I get that one, though. Like, if you make them look soft or like a joke,
if you
the prisoners,
them.
one of the crazy prisoners might try to kill one of them. No jokes about the SCI staff. Limited use of the F word. So you can use it. You just, keep it within.
What's the point? Why limit it if you're going to use it at all?
No use of the N word.
Okay.
No racially divisive jokes. No jokes against inmates based on their religion, orientation, or race. Well, how about what they did?
What are we leaving on the table here?
No politically divisive jokes, and keep material to a PG-13 rating. Yeah, because God forbid you offend all the rapists and murderers that are in there.
Dude, that's what I was saying. Like, haven't all these people done the bad things already?
Right.
Like, what is the point in not saying anything to joke about it?
There are a good portion of people in the audience you're going to be performing for that have cut off a limb of another human being.
Well, okay, as somebody who's done comedy before, tell me what that leaves on the table with that list. What do you do now? Joke about somebody's hair color? No, that could be racially insensitive.
You could do crowd work and ask them what they did to get in here.
Yeah, but then you're talking about crimes and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you see what I mean? Like if you comment on people's appearances, now suddenly it's racially insensitive.
Good joke about the prison food. There you go. There you go. Figured it out. Just 30 minutes of prison food jokes. $140 away from tomorrow morning's goal. Mark with $20 on PayPal. Thank you very much, buddy. So we do have about 50 minutes left in today's show. There is a chance we knock out tomorrow's goal, but either way, tomorrow's goal is going to be pretty easy. Thank you guys very, very much. Redfaced says, just remember, Why Do I Podcast has a fake merch site and does T-Send merch when people pay for it, and he tries to steal steel toe donors.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, you can't steal. I hate it when people say that. Oh, they steal your donors. Well, if someone watches someone else's show and they enjoy that show and they want to give that show money today and I'm not entitled to my listeners' money. I do a show. I hope they enjoy it enough where they feel like chipping in and helping us achieve our goals and help us, keep this show on the air. But if they don't, I mean, it's more, my performance that I think it's a judgment.
Aaron, maybe Kevin is stealing your viewers and that's why your numbers were down today.
Oh, no. Kevin's fucking up my viewership?
Uh-oh.
Damn it.
Is Kevin going to be at that Rochester thing?
I don't know. We'll have to check. But Redfaced, you don't have to come in and try to start a rift between Kevin and I love Kevin. I think his channel's great. I like Insufferable Bastards. I think people should subscribe to them.
That's a fun one.
Steel Toe's got a lot of little brothers now.
I feel like that guy probably doesn't like Kevin, and that's the point.
Redfaced, don't be like that. Enjoy our program. Hate whoever you want. Like whoever you want. But don't go in there and try to rat out Kevin from Why Do I Podcast. He's a good enough little Jew. Oh. I like that little Semite.
What if he was a bad one? What does it matter?
Well, I don't want him to be a bad one. I don't want anyone to be a bad anything. But he's a good Jew. Like in The Wizard of Oz, there were good witches and there were bad witches.
Yeah, but who had more fun?
The good witches, they didn't get crushed by a house. That's for goddamn sure. All right. So let's, so again, thank you, Redfaced. I appreciate you looking out for me, but I am totally okay with my listeners going to other shows that they're entertained by and giving them money.
Ladies Man, come on.
I am not entitled to their money. Ladies Man says, yeah, don't be a Jew. I mean, if you can help it, right? I mean,
I feel like only the best of the best get to be Jews.
If you can help it, do what you can. But
I didn't make the cut.
Traffic in African says Joy of Pesci is the only good one I know of. I've heard of Joy of Pesci. He and I don't believe have crossed paths yet.
I don't know
in
him.
This great wide world of the internet. So I'm going to assume he's a good enough guy. Soccer journalist Grant Wall. We talked about him yesterday, and I think we talked about him again this morning. He is that journalist at the World Cup who just dropped dead. He was sitting in the press box. And
very young.
Yeah, 40, I think.
Yep. At the oldest.
Yeah,
40.
I think he was about 40. And fit guy, seemingly in good shape, the whole deal. I thought he was gay. He's not. He has a wife.
He was at a soccer event, I understand.
Right. I always assume you're gay if you're at a soccer thing, but apparently he had a wife too. And she's saying now that he died from a ruptured aortic aneurysm.
Aaron, is there anything you can think of that would cause your aorta to rupture?
Maybe an enlarged swelling of the heart could possibly cause your heart to rupture. And, I hear that especially from the year 2021 and onward, a lot of people getting that swelling in the heart, and that can cause all kinds of problems. And I hear that a lot of people who are, who are dropping dead at a young age, who are otherwise in great shape, have suffered from this problem. So must be something in the water,
the Grinch really had myocarditis long before his time.
It helped him.
He was ahead of the curve.
Yeah, it helped him.
Yeah.
Who knew that the Grinch was...
Had medical procedures? Took care of himself?
If we do go on Gino's show in February before we go to Rochester, I'm telling you right now, when I'm behind a paywall, it's the first fucking thing I'm going to say.
It would
I'm
be
going to
weird.
get in front of a microphone and I'm going to say... There.
Didn't that feel good for a second?
Dude, I'm not kidding you. I was listening to Gino's show today while I was making myself some din-din. And I was listening to him talk about it, and I paused his show so I could pretend I was on his show so I could yell it out in the kitchen. Like, I don't get to say this on my platform.
Aaron, I don't know if that's like, normal.
But at any rate, this Grant guy, we find out, like, his brother had said something like, oh, yeah, the Qatari government might have killed him because he was wearing a rainbow shirt.
No.
There have been so many people wearing gay shit to fuck with the Qatari government during the World Cup. They'd have to be mowing people down with machine guns in the street.
They would, and that would be a bigger story.
The Qatari government is handling the gay thing like it's trolling, basically. Mm-hmm. They catch you. They're like, get the fuck out of here. Take that off. Leave. We're not down with it. They're not killing anybody at the World Cup over it. Now, once the World Cup leaves, who knows what they're doing. Yeah, they're not going to risk an international incident by offing international journalists over a T-shirt with a rainbow on it.
I don't think so.
No, this is a guy who was 40 years old, dropped dead. I'm guessing since he's at the World Cup, he probably had plenty of medical procedures and plenty of medical things done so he could be allowed to go there.
That's a good point. You might have to have certain things done to your body first before you can enter a new country, right?
Yeah. So
God, how bad would that hurt? Your fucking...
Your valve ruptures.
A valve ruptures in your heart?
Yeah.
Ouch.
So it's basically a heart explosion.
How quick do you die? How quick does that kill you?
My grandfather's heart ruptured is what they said. My grandfather on my dad's side, and they said that he had such a massive heart attack that his heart exploded, meaning like it ruptured, it burst. Mm-hmm. And they said he was dead before he hit the floor. So
that's really fucked.
That's a great one to have, though, isn't it?
God, I gotta get...
Just this. Here's how long you're alive. Ready? And then nothing.
Can you imagine how bad that hurt for like a split second, though?
For 1 second, it's probably the most excruciating thing you've ever felt in your entire life. It's just, ah!
But then before you have time to like process it, it's over.
Right. Before you know what's happening to you, you're asleep.
Probably shit your pants and everything.
That's why I'm kind of hoping that when you die, nothing happens. Because if nothing happens, there's nothing. There's no pain. There's no getting old. There's no, you're just.
What do you mean, though? Like when
shot,
you die,
shot,
nothing happens?
It's like when you're sleeping.
Well, that's like the lucky way to go, of course, but I feel like that's not how most people go.
No, I'm saying like after, like the afterlife is just.
Oh, you're just saying like you don't feel anything.
A shut down computer.
Like you don't want to be like body dead, but like being able to feel or think anything.
Just no, I'm talking about forever and ever after I'm dead. What is the afterlife?
Oh,
just nothing. Just computer shuts off.
You're not an angel. You're not a ghost haunting people.
Right. What do I care? I'm gone. Like it's
you
not going to be
could fuck
bad.
with some people though if you're a little ghost.
What if you
around.
can't though?
What if you could?
That's fair. I'm giving you a what if. You can give me a what if.
Exactly. If you could fuck with people after you die, would you?
No.
What?
Because I'm supposed to be happy. I'm supposed to be free.
What if that made you happy?
Here's what I think happens. If it's not like I personally,
you can hang out with like Hitler's ghost.
Well, don't make it fun. The number one answer on My Family Feud, if we were to go with what I think happens when you die, is the shut off computer thing.
That's fine.
But my number two would be your consciousness ignites somewhere else. Like because we are not like this is not me. Right?
I don't agree with you so far, but I'm listening.
No, what I'm grabbing right now, this is not what I am. This is the body, this is the machinery that I'm using, but there's the lights and clockwork that's inside, that's in my brain. That's my consciousness. That's what's lighting.
That's part of you.
That's what's lighting this up. But
nobody else has this exact anything.
Right. What I'm saying is, if you get rid of these two things, I'm still here. If you get rid of that consciousness thing in here,
then
this
why
isn't.
Not put
this
everyone
isn't
in
me,
a computer.
This isn't me anymore. They're talking about it. People have mentioned it.
Why not do the idiocracy thing where your body's planted in a fucking chair, but then hook your brain up to a computer?
No, they've talked about.
That's a different movie. There's another one.
They've talked about uploading people's consciousness into the cloud.
The Matrix. You're now the Matrix.
Sort of, in a way, yeah.
I don't like that.
It's getting kind of heavy.
I don't like I don't even like sitting next to somebody like you saying like this isn't me. I just feel like you're crayon munching now.
No.
Like I don't like that comment. Like
this
obviously
is not
you've got a conscience up here, but this is your DNA. This is your body.
This is meat.
You're the only one with this, though.
But this is meat I'm controlling. If this meat goes away, I'm still here.
Understood, but it all works together.
The consciousness, right, it's steering this machine that I am.
Your conscience has nothing to come out in if your body doesn't exist.
But would it take up a different...
I don't think so.
Would it take up a different consciousness?
I don't think so. That bothers me.
Brian is just telling me I'm like swinging out of my strike zone.
Yeah, that is very weird of you to say.
Drunk Dog says Aaron needs some DMT right now.
Something, I don't know what happened to you, where you got that notion, but...
Okay, Skeezy's saying what I'm trying to say. I'm just electricity.
Yes, but also that electricity isn't going to be pronounced anywhere if this isn't here.
When did Aaron become a Scientologist?
You sound like one of the fucking... You sound like a hippie that did some mushrooms and now you're fucking preaching.
Look at how open-minded I am without hallucinogens. Isn't that crazy?
It's very weird, though. I've never heard you talk like that.
The soul is stored in the balls, says Stevie J. Aaron is a meat puppet. I'm cool with that, says Chris.
You should be just... Why don't you call yourself a meat puppet? Why don't you tell more people, no, this is me?
Stevie Six String says, listen to the Maharishi over here. Oh,
yeah.
Boy. K. McDuck says, Aaron is completely right. April needs a Snickers bar. See, I feel like you're fighting... I feel like you're fighting me so hard on this because I'm freaking you out a little bit.
It's definitely a little bit of that. I don't ever hear anyone talk the way you do. And if I did hear somebody else that's not you talk like that, I would very much, having known you previously, expect you to ridicule that person.
I never heard
like, to me, that doesn't sound like...
No Negro ever talk to police like that.
That doesn't strike me as something you would ever say. Like, you do sound like a Buddhist.
No, reeling Minnesota. I'm not saying, dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far, far away from here. That's not what I'm trying to say. Were you hanging out with Machine Gun Kelly? I'm not high enough for this conversation.
Right. Look, if you give me a bowl first, I'll join you. But that to me is a load of horse shit.
Zen Rhino says, I totally can understand what Aaron's saying right now. However, I did take a Delta 9 gummy about a half hour ago, so I may be high.
Yeah. I agree. If I was high, this would make a lot more sense.
John Hahn says, this crazy talk warrants a urine test, April.
Yeah, we're going to start drug testing here. I'm the HR department.
Grinch Girl says, I feel like this is April Litchfield of not knowing people outside of her church until now. Just a crazy hippie coming around.
Kind of. But in my defense here, to me, the Aaron I've always known would have ridiculed that person that just said that.
I believe Aaron exists in my consciousness.
You're now talking in third person about yourself.
It doesn't change my point.
Doesn't it?
I exist somewhere in here. And I'm steering all of this.
No, you exist right here. This is all you right here.
Okay, then if I get rid of this, am I gone? No.
No, but if you're...
I'm in here.
If you get rid of this meat on your face and your shit that's like containing your conscience up here, you're gone.
If you kill my conscience, then I'm gone.
Nope. If I cut your face off, I'm not theoretically like killing your conscience. I'm just not giving you the puppet to like talk with.
The machinery I operate won't keep my consciousness powered. We're retarded.
You sound gay as fuck. That's all I've got to say. I don't know what just happened, but wow.
What if I was put here to enlighten you people and you just refuse to fucking listen?
Why don't you talk in third person more?
You really hung up on that one, aren't you?
Like, I'm talking to somebody who I've never heard talk like this before, and you referred to yourself in the third person about your conscience and your meat puppetness.
Reeling Minnesota says, sure glad I found that vape tank full of oil while I was out for a walk the other night. John Hahn says, Aaron the White Carl Malone, everyone boss level craziness. Chris says, I give Aaron 1 month until he starts a new age podcast grift. Oh, shit.
You're going to start like hosting seminars and like that fucking thing Donald Draper went to at the end. You're going to look like one of them.
But then I'm going to figure out how to be more corporate like he did. Brittany says, would Aaron be open to eating shrooms with Ed Sheeran? No, it'd scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, I bet you would, though.
That would scare
That's her husband.
I know, but I don't care if it's him. I don't care if it's fucking Kumia at DabbleCon.
Brittany, what are we doing then? If they're doing shrooms, what are we doing?
Fucking coke like adults.
Probably.
Little Lemmy says, has anyone ever seen a white blood cell under a microscope? It's fucking amazing. Well, Lemmy's high. I'm opening the door to a lot of crazy talk.
You are. Yeah. You've done this now.
Aaron got shipped like a dog. April owns you, says
Well,
Guinness.
see, with that kind of talk, he might get lost someday. I had to find him.
Steel Wrath with $10 says, Entropy wins in the end. Great show. My new go-to in the truck. Thank you,
Woohoo.
buddy. We are only 1:15 away from tomorrow morning's goal. So we might actually, if enough comes in here, there's the Streamlabs and the PayPal links and the Super Chats. There's the links in the chat. We might actually knock out tomorrow before we leave tonight. We'll see if we do. Either way,
Yeah.
not bad. The thing Don Draper went to was literally my entire upbringing, says Stevie J.
That is so wild to me. See, Stevie seems fine.
Brian says, now is the time for Zumach to make his move.
Right? You might seem more crazy at the moment. At least he knows who the fuck he is.
A 50-year-old washed up credit card thief.
Hold on.
I get it.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
So if you say this isn't you, right?
Yeah.
Like this isn't you?
Right.
Okay. So does that mean your dick is also not you? Therefore, I've never had sex with you.
I'm operating my dick.
Yeah, but your dick's not you, though.
I'm using
Your
my
dick is only
dick
meat.
to express my consciousness as expressions of love and passion.
No, technically, by your theory here, if your arm
I'm
is
not
not
gonna
you,
have
your
a
dick is
fucking
not you, and
Lutheran
that means
try to
I've
logic
never
me out of
had
this.
sex with you.
No, you have, because I am willing the machinery to do it to you.
You're willing
If
the
I'm shoving a
machinery, but it's not
dildo in your
you.
ass, I'm still sodomizing you.
That's just an action, though.
You're not even making a good point. You're being difficult. You're trying to bring this conversation into the mud so neither of us can cross the finish line.
No, I feel like if you can say that your arm is not you, neither is your dick.
I'm powering the arm.
Right, but the arm is not you. You said so yourself.
I'm powering the dick. The dick is me. I am the dick. The dick and I are one. I don't know. I'm just spouting this shit off now on a show. I wasn't prepared to defend my horse shit.
Well, what other good theories do you have about like death or
None.
about existence and stuff?
I have none.
No, you've talked to me in the stairwell before about death before.
I have a lot of things about death.
Well,
Mostly
I think
that
you
you're
should
just.
share it.
I think you're just done.
You've
after
opened the
death.
door.
I think you're just done. I think you shut down. I think we got a computer in here and it just powers down.
No, I think you have talked to me about the like your conscious going somewhere else.
Yeah,
and like
that's
manifesting in other things before.
That's what I just said though. Here
You
tonight.
really elaborated on it, and I think it was interesting.
Yeah, but I don't remember. Let's go to Inhet. I've upset Inhet. It was a metaphor, Inhet. I'm not actually shoving a dildo in April.
It hurts.
I promise you.
He only gets the big black one.
It says something about me. Thank you to Brian L for the $25 over on PayPal. Appreciate that, buddy. That's going to put us only $90 away from tomorrow morning's goal. So we are $90 away from keeping that streak alive. Thank you very, very much. I love this so much. April's convictions are so refreshing, says Stevie J.
Thank you. I very much believe this is me.
You're mixing up conscience with consciousness, by the way. Consciousness is being alive.
No, I mean the same thing. Like your essence up here. I understand.
Stick with essence. That was good. I like the phrase essence.
Yeah, I'm sure you do enjoy the word essence. You seem so hippie-esque right now. It's really bothering me.
I'd like to buy the world a Coke and doobie-doo.
I want you to wear like a tie-dye shirt tomorrow with like a headband across your forehead. Not the way Gino wears it, but like right here.
And
like a peace necklace.
Because Gino's gay. Gino's not funny. What if you die as Aaron? All you hear is your last dying thoughts just in your Dusty Rhodes accent. Oh, geez, baby, it looks like our heart is stopping. It looks like our heart ain't going to be pumping no more, daddy. There ain't going to be no luscious crimson blood flowing through these veins anymore, baby. It's all going to gum up and gas up and wear down. And there's going to be gas pumping through my veins as I decompose, if you will.
And there's going to be Aaron shit all over the house.
There's going to be Aaron shit all over the hospital bed.
Do you really shit yourself when you die?
Yep. Sorry, April.
That's really bad.
The best you can hope for is that you're hooked up to a catheter and a bag and that you don't mess yourself.
That means that
your body, so all your muscles relax. So everything just.
Well, that's how ducks are. Like they have no sphincters, so it just kind of falls out whenever.
Yeah, when we die, we're just like ducks.
Quacking.
Our poop just falls out all over the place.
Oh, wow.
K. McDuck says April is cyberbullying Aaron.
Yes.
A little bit. Chris says, Aaron is my new guru. Lead us to the light and we will follow. That's very sweet of you, sir, but I do not deserve it. Turtle says, I understand what Aaron means, but I live in Cali, so that may work against Aaron. Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
Somebody's accusing me of like paying for like overpriced crystals. No, I've never done such a thing. I do know that Patrick from I'm Not Right does the crystal thing. He likes, and then Chrissy, I think, has crystals.
Chrissy does have crystals.
A lot of people we know have crystals. I've never tried that.
Chrissy's a lot more girly than I think people would give her the notion to be. Like, because she's a comic,
Yes.
so they think maybe she, you know,
And you
she's
can
kinda
see
girly.
it. You can see it anytime you bring up like anything about Frank. She kind of gets like, oh, Frank.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of funny. It's cute.
Loaded Wrench says, fun fact, 117 billion people have ever lived on Earth. No 2 DNA match.
That's what I'm saying about like, no, this is actually you. Nobody else has this. Like somebody else can't just have your DNA. It wouldn't work.
Okay. So this is the
Dummy.
engine, but this is all, we're part of the vehicle. Part of the crew, part of the ship.
Yes, you need both.
Is what you're saying. All right. Citizen Emma said, if you want to do a Geno headband, you've got to have innocent person's personal info stitched across it. Boy, he is not happy about that. April puts the steel toe to Aaron's crap beliefs. They are my beliefs. They're just shit I'm pulling out of my asshole tonight.
Well, you do have to admit that you have said that thing about your essence
Sure.
before.
I
You
think
have
so.
said
Yeah,
that.
I have said it before.
Right.
I might say it again someday.
I think it's because you feel that way, and that's okay to admit that.
Sure. Barack Obama goes full MAGA. Opposing groups of protesters clash at drag event in downtown San Antonio. Chainsaw on a drone. Elvis towards the end of his life performing. Oh, we could talk about this for a second. We got a half hour left, so I got to start prioritizing these a little bit. Oh, yeah, I want this one too. I want Elvis here. And then I want... Okay, I think I'm good. We're all caught up with you guys. We are also only 90 away from tomorrow morning's goal.
Thank
All right.
you.
So the NHL had some, like, they wanted to show that they respect all genders and they were, you know, trans women are women, trans men are men.
Sure.
So they decided to have a hockey tournament where they respected everyone's gender identity. A bunch of trans women kicked the shit out of the biological women, and at least one of the women left with a concussion.
God damn it.
And
And you're not even supposed to be allowed to check or anything in women's, correct?
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do full-on hitting in women's hockey. NHL promoted trans hockey tournament ends with male domination and a concussed female player. According to journalist Jonathan Kay, writing for Quillette, player number 91 on Team Black, a self-described female-to-male trans player, so female to male, so born female, was pushed to the ground by player number 90 of Team Pink, who self-describes as a bisexual trans woman. So two ships passing in the night. One born female goes male, one born male turns female. So they're on the ice together.
Bisexual trans woman? Are you sure you're just not bi?
I always thought that
That is so
sometimes,
strange. Why not just fool around with everybody then?
without pissing off the YouTube gods too much,
Right.
I always thought, like, why not, like, do you ever try gay first, like, before you just went all the way?
Sure, just experiment a little bit.
Maybe just, could you be gay?
Are you
Or-
going through something?
Look, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but, you know. Society, believe me, society's beating a lot of shit out of us.
All I'm trying to say is it seems like going through a lot of work for something you could probably just do.
Then again, maybe they have tried it.
Maybe they wanted
Maybe it didn't do
I
it.
don't know.
Maybe it didn't do it for him. It reportedly took more than 17 minutes to get the player stretchered off the ice as the female to male trans player was pushed to the ground by the bisexual trans woman. Player 91 recounted the incident on social media, but left out that it was player 90 that caused the injury, obviously because they didn't want, you know, the PR fiasco of what that obviously would be. See, to me, if you are going to withhold information because you know that it would look bad, then you know this is fucked up. You just don't want to
Yes.
admit it because you're politically invested.
That sucks.
Yeah.
No one can be honest anymore.
Right, you can't even learn something from this thing that happened because you're worried that it might look like you're giving up ground politically.
Right.
That's why I never say I'm right. I never say I'm left. I am what I am. And if, you know, most people who are left think I'm a super far right conservative. People who are really conservative think I'm kind of a moderate. You know, nobody really ever mistakes me for a lefty.
I feel like we really just react to things here.
Yeah,
That's about it.
I just kind of react to what's happening. I don't go watch and see what like political pundits are saying about it first, because I feel like that kind of ruins it. But like this hockey thing, they should have known this was a mistake from Jump Street. Recounting the final game against Team Pink, the athlete wrote, "Once out, I was playing the puck and I took a very odd fall into the boards, in which I needed medical attention to make sure my neck and extremities were okay. For physical safety, I was stretchered off the ice and taken to the ER. I am okay. I was diagnosed with a concussion and muscle strains in my left neck, shoulder, and back." That's a hell of a hit.
That's a bad one. Yeah.
That's a bad hit. So you got a guy who was born a man, or a woman who was born a man, hitting a man who was born a woman and just completely obliterated her. Or him. I'm so fucking confused.
Them. Just say them.
Obliterated them and caused all this damage just from one hit. Exactly 6 million with $5 says, "What if the universe was like a big brain and has consciousness and we are neurons in God's brain?" Man.
That one makes my head kind of do one of these. What if that was true?
There is this theory. There are many
What if he's
theories.
like queen bee and we're all their little worker bees?
There's a lot of theories like that. Like we are the biological makeup of the big toe of a giant.
Ew.
Yeah.
We're just toe
right?
jam?
Yeah, basically. Here's the hit. Let's show you the hit that, again, this was the NHL sponsoring an event saying like, oh, look how politically correct we are. Look at how tolerant we are and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they put, first of all, you shouldn't put male and female hockey players on the ice with each other to begin with.
Never.
I don't care if they're trans or biological. You shouldn't be mixing up the genders regardless.
If
you want to have a bunch of trans women play a bunch of trans women, be my guest, but a bunch of trans men should play a bunch of trans men.
I agree. Like if we were to head down like a road where this is like becomes a big thing, I don't want to use the word trend, but that would make sense.
Yeah.
You know, like there should just be teams for people like that, right?
Sure, why not? Oh, see, look, like that didn't even take much. That was someone who was born a man just bumping into someone who was born a woman, and that's all it took, and they sent their head right into the boards. Look at that. It's all it took to give them a concussion and strain their neck. They should not be on the ice together. And look at that size difference.
I was just going to say the size difference is huge.
Like, just here. Look at how gigantic that fucking person is. If they slid to the right, they completely cover that person up. You wouldn't know they existed.
This looks like you in the second boxing match you had with your opponent.
My opponent was 6'7".
Fucking huge guy.
But who got the better of that one?
No, you handled that one very well.
That's fucking right, I did. I was a little Rocky Balboa in there. Look, that first round was rough.
But if you look at the comparison, that guy's a monster compared to you.
Excuse me, you bigot. That's a woman.
Oh, no. You in the...
Oh, the boxing match. I'm sorry. I thought you were being a hate-filled white
Now I'm a
supremacist. Yeah. Look at that. Little nudge. Boom. Head first right into the boards. At no point did did anyone see this at this point in the game and go, yeah, shit, maybe this was a bad idea.
Yeah, I guarantee you some parents did.
Drunk Dog says, I want to see that boxing match. We have it. We have the boxing match. We could show you my my fight against the 6'7" guy sometime.
That's true.
Can we skip the first round and just show the 2 rounds I beat him in?
I had to send it to you in like 2 or 3 chunks. You could just play the,
skip the first round and play the 2 rounds where I knocked him around the ring. Yeah, first round, me trying to figure out how to get inside the 6'7" guy. Not the easiest thing to watch. $85 away from tomorrow morning's goal. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate that. Ronald Buck says, leave me out of your conversations, you racist son of a bitch. I did it before. I'll do it again. Thank you. No, that was my first opponent.
Quick on the name, though.
Yeah, you know what really sucks about that though is that one I should not have been fighting yet. I was not ready to start boxing. If I would have fought that guy with the abilities I had in the second fight, I would have had a lot easier time with my first opponent than I did my second opponent.
Okay,
That's for sure.
even worse for me, when I was at the event and discovered everything about this guy, and I tried to warn you, you poo-pooed me and said, I don't want to know.
Right. It's too late at that point.
Oh.
It's too late.
Is it?
We do that fight today. It's a decision victory for yours truly. Truly.
You can't even talk straight.
He says, call me a monkey again, dumb fuck. I never once called that guy. Now whoever is playing that account is lying. I never called him a monkey. I'll spank him like one. But
Did you ever? I don't think you called him anything.
No, I never.
You and I went and shook his hand and said, "Hell of a fight, man."
He was kind of a chicken shit after the fight. To be honest, I don't know why you would be a chicken shit. You just won, and like he's got all this big shit to say. And when I come over and shake his hand and take a picture and tell him good fight, oh yeah, absolutely.
We find out that he made a whole fucking
book
about you on Facebook.
Yeah, kind of a mama's boy bitch.
That guy was remarkably mean to you.
Yeah, right.
Like he busted your face and outed you on Facebook for everything that you are.
Oh, Roundabout, I saw the segment from last night. Oh, the herpes monkey story.
We never brought you up though.
Yeah, I mean I wanted to, but I just figured juice wasn't worth the squeeze. What do you do? All right, let's do this Elvis clip because I feel like not enough people know this. I had a teacher, I think it was my English teacher in 11th grade, who told us this story about Elvis and how he died young, or died early. I shouldn't say young. He was like in his 40s, but he was early. He died early. And and they were talking about how like everyone said it was sad and this and that, but he goes, if you look back at Elvis, he was finished. He wasn't selling out shows. He looked terrible on stage. He was fat and bloated, drinking, on drugs, the whole deal. And after he died, sales went through the roof. People mourned like he was, 28-year-old Elvis who had just died. And, there was this big celebration of his life and career. That continues to this day. If Elvis had lived until, I don't know, how long would he have lived? Maybe until the early 2000s?
Maybe.
Elvis would have made it because he was 46, I think, when he died in 75. So I don't think
maybe like 2000.
He wouldn't have made it to now. He wouldn't be alive now. Yeah, he'd probably make it to about 2000, 2005. If he would have made it till then, he might have just fizzled out and been like a casino act for the rest of his life.
I don't like your English teacher though using his lack of selling out shows as a reason why somebody should go. I don't like that.
He just meant for his career.
Right.
He wasn't saying he should have died. He said his death was the best career move he ever made, which is 100% true. I'll show you this clip. Oh, shit, we probably can't show this.
I don't know
live
where
performance
the clip is from.
He fucks this up really bad, so I don't even know if you're going to be able to call this a copyright thing.
I wonder if you're lonesome tonight. Someone said the world's a stage and each of us play a part.
Telling you, Elvis was fucked up on stage quite a bit.
That was bad.
Plus tax. You read your lines so cleverly. You never missed a cue. They came back too. You forgot the words. You seemed to change, you fool. You acted strange, and why, I never know. Why ever did it? Honey, who am I talking to? You lied when you said you loved me. I had no cause to doubt you. But I'd rather go on hearing your lies.
Oh, you see what I mean?
Why would somebody let him on stage like this?
This was the last couple years of his career was like this.
That's why he's not selling out any shows. No one wants to pay for that. Like, why would his people not make sure he was fucking cleaned up before he goes out there?
But it was disco day. His day was over. People weren't listening to Elvis anymore. But when he croaked, people turned back the clock, and all of a sudden, this embarrassing high as a kite Elvis was gone, and they got to have whatever Elvis they wanted. Mm-hmm. They could have hound dog pre-military Elvis. They could have Elvis in Hawaii Elvis. They could have, servant in the war Elvis, whichever one you wanted. And, this Elvis being out of the picture allowed them to kind of celebrate the one that they remembered.
I feel like most celebrities like this are missed more after they're dead. And that's just how it goes.
Well, look at Michael Jackson. Look at all the embarrassment. Prince had a good run and people still loved him. Michael Jackson had just a giant cloud of shit and dirt over him. And then he died and it all goes away. And people were celebrating Michael Jackson's catalog, and he's got all these tribute shows in Las Vegas and New York and all this other stuff. They forget all the other stuff that they hated him
Look
for.
at all the people that fucking pay tribute to Elvis in Las Vegas.
Yeah, they don't pay tribute to this one.
Nope.
And to go on living without you. Now the stage is bare, and I'm standing there without any hair. And you won't come back to me. What the heck with it?
What do you think it is, muscle relaxers?
Kind of seems that way.
Yeah, it kind of seems like he's on muscle relaxers. And he's.
Why would you do that, though?
He's just kind of out of it like this.
That's not even a good high, I feel. Why would you do that
He seems to be having a hell of a time.
I feel like he's on just some kind of downer.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
general.
Elvis seems to be having fun with it. Why did Herman the Great hide Ronald Buck? That was a guy having fun. That wasn't the real guy.
Well, what did he say before that one?
Says, let's have a fucking rematch.
No, before that. Maybe he said something.
No.
Most of our guys will...
You referred to me as a monkey. Now you want to back out, you pussy. Oh, was he just committing to the bit too much? Okay. Well, whatever.
I'm sure it was a troll. I would trust your...
I get you, Herman, but I was having fun with that guy. It's either way, whatever. I'll meet you at your shit gym. Yeah, see, he's just a guy committing to the bit. What do you do?
Yeah.
Troy Gomes says eating peanut butter sandwiches with bacon and bananas certainly didn't help him.
I kind of want one.
Sturgis Creations. I would buy this. Quaaludes.
Yes, that would make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
We all saw what happened in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. I think that was probably a Quaaludes kind of a thing. I would
back then.
Back in the 70s, yeah, shitloads of Quaaludes. Okay.
Quaaludes were super attainable too. Like you could get them.
I think we've narrowed it down.
That's a good one. Good
Brittany
job.
says that was an entertaining performance. Yeah, but for Elvis fans in 1970 something, I don't think that's what they were there for.
No, you wanted the heyday of Elvis, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You had your idyllic form of him. You needed to see it.
It also looked like he had given up at that point and he was just kind of mailing it in.
His face was taut. Round and taut.
Oh, you should see his death photos that they released.
Can you show me
that? I said, he looked like a drunken, an old Native American man when he died. Elvis death photos. Let's see.
Ew,
Yeah.
That's not real.
That's what Elvis looked like around the time he died. He was in really terrible shape. Yeah, there's him towards the end.
That one in the car doesn't look like him at all.
Well, he did a lot of drugs. Oh, there he is at the end.
What a handsome man he was when he was young.
Yeah. He sure did look like shit when he died. But I mean, you drink.
That's shocking. I didn't know that.
You drink, you do drugs. That shit catches. Oh, 42. He was 42 when he died. That was a 42-year-old man.
That's a very young age, too.
That's a shot out 42, though.
Mm-hmm.
April uses Evian skin cream. Sometimes she wears L'air de Temps, but not today. That's from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh. I haven't seen that movie.
Multiple Migs in the next cell. What did he say to you? He said, I can smell your cunt. Ah. I, for one, cannot. $85 away from tomorrow's goal. Do we knock it out before we leave here tonight and continue our streak of no goal shows? We've got $10 coming in from Jeff H. Thank you very much, buddy. $75 away from the goal. Sports update from Raz of Chaz. He says the Wild won. Yeah, they may have won, but Timberwolves still just a slightly below 500 team. I don't know if anybody here is an NBA fan, but I see no reason for us to have a pro basketball team. If they moved, I wouldn't give a shit.
I feel the same. I don't ever take interest in them. Wild, though, I am curious how they're doing this year. I used to really like hockey. I don't watch it anymore. You're not interested at all. I just kind of...
Yeah.
like growing up in the town I did, hockey was huge. And I used to watch a lot of Wild, and I kind of gave up on it.
Well, because let's see, till what? Football goes until February, and now you have the XFL and the USFL.
Where's the XFL?
XFL starts after this season's done.
Do they really?
They just had their draft, yeah. Yeah, the XFL rosters are set.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the XFL.
I did not know.
Here, current XFL team rosters.
Oh, this is awesome.
Here's the draft day results for the XFL. The Arlington Renegades. Quarterback Drew Pitt, and then they got Kyle Sloter, the former Viking third stringer. He was in the USFL last year, I think, and he did okay.
What's the USFL? I don't know that one. I know the XFL.
Another one they tried to bring back. Trying to see if there's any...
Can we stick to trying to have just one separate
one alternative?
Like,
yeah, because I don't feel like
right.
I feel like there's a lot of good players who don't make the NFL, but I don't think there's enough good players for 2 more leagues.
I agree. And then if you go under that, there's like arena leagues already that people do, and then below that it's just pretty much amateur.
You know, it's interesting because I'm not seeing a lot of familiar names. You would think that maybe some guys past their prime would come back and play in the XFL and these other, although maybe you don't want to beat your body up anymore. Oh, there's Holton Hill. Okay, Holton Hill was a former Viking. That's one guy I remember. He's going to play for the DC Defenders. Otherwise, these other names, I do not recognize a lot of them.
I'm excited that the XFL is coming back because what did we get to watch? A few games of that? Yeah, and then they were actually getting really good live attendance at those games, and then in came the pandemic, and it was over. Fun.
Let's see if there's any quarterbacks I recognize. I'm not seeing any quarterbacks, except for Kyle Sloter because he was a Viking. Oh, A.J. McCarron. He was the number 1 overall pick from Alabama, I believe.
Okay.
A.J. McCarron is the St. Louis Battlehawks quarterback. That'll be cool because he was a guy who I think could have been something in the NFL, but he just didn't make it. Maybe that's for a lot of these guys. Like if they're still in their 20s, they kind of treat it as maybe an avenue back, like a way to get back into the bigs, if you will. George says XFL can't survive without wrestling type drama. They need a storyline to go with it. Oh, I don't know. I kind of enjoyed watching them.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a short time together, but it was sweet.
Yeah. Herman the Great says, is He Hate Me still out there? No, I think Rod Smart is probably about 45, 50 years old at this point. I don't think he'll be in this incarnation of the XFL. Yeah, a few of those XFL guys went on to play in the NFL. Like Tommy Maddox was solid for Pittsburgh.
I guess they now get to like pick off of each other, right?
What?
The XFL and the NFL.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm sure the NFL will take a look at some of the XFL people, but as far as the XFL getting NFL guys, I mean, not unless the NFL doesn't want them. Because obviously, if you're a football player,
they're worn out. They're washed up.
Well, being a third stringer on an NFL roster is preferred to being a starter on.
I agree with you.
An XFL roster. Let's see what we've got here. We got 10 minutes left. We're only 75 away from tomorrow's goal, so I think we're going to be okay for tomorrow. Former Hooters waitress charged with first-degree murder offers to pay her bond with money she earned on OnlyFans. She wants to, hey, Your Honor, I'd like to get out of jail, but I need a cell phone. What do you need a phone? I just need to make a quick withdrawal from my OnlyFans account.
Well, isn't that legit?
I think it should be.
It should be. If you're getting paid for something, it's technically a job, I guess.
Yeah. A former Hooters waitress in Texas charged with first-degree murder has requested a judge lower her bond amount so that she can try and cover the cost with the money she has earned on OnlyFans.
Oh, hell yeah.
On Friday, Ashley Esselborn, 21. Oh,
21.
Right, let's take a look.
Oh, boy, that's a young.
What was it? Ashley Esselborn?
Esselborn.
A terrible. I hope she has a better name than that on OnlyFans.
Right.
This is her.
Thick with 2 C's, for fuck's sake. Wow.
Hashtag not my OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's not,
you know what? She's okay.
That's not my type either, though. She's real thick in the hips. I don't know about that.
No, you know what she is? She's got like
She's got that weird super slim up top and then whoosh.
She's got a decent enough body, but you can tell her face is like that malnourished trailer park face with the bad teeth.
So she's a butterface.
Yeah. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled.
fooled.
On Friday, Esselborn, 21, asked 30th District Court Jeff McKnight to reduce her bond from $100,000 to $50,000, claiming she could probably cover that threshold using money she has amassed on her X-rated OnlyFans account.
Whoa.
So X-rated, she's shoving
So
stuff up her pussy and
She
stuff.
just fucking shoves that table lamp up her ass.
Yeah, she gets in there.
Ouch.
Reports claim that Esselborn charged subscribers $12 a month for her content and has $8,000 currently in her account. OnlyFans has frozen those assets, but Esselborn told Judge McKnight that she had been in touch with the OnlyFans corporate office to have those assets released to her. So $8,000 at $12 a month, that's 800. That's a little less than 800 people on her OnlyFans.
Wow.
You can make a living.
I mean, yeah.
If you can get 800 people to pay $10 a month on your OnlyFans, you can make a living.
Look, I have dignity and stuff like that.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God for that. And good parents raised me and loved me, I guess. But like, I do wish that this didn't look so, like, I get why people do it because you can put in minimal effort and make a lot of money.
But you do, again, have to not have dignity.
Right.
I could strangers are gonna like
never
watch
do
you
this.
do shit.
There's some days where if I don't feel good about my body, I don't like it if he accidentally sees me naked. Like, no. You know what I mean? And I'm sure you have days like that too. Like, oh, I'm bloated today. Don't look at me.
Yul Gibbons says $8,000 is a little more than a living. That's what I mean. Like, if you just have 800 people, you can do pretty well. Like, you'll get along at that pace.
I feel like for X-rated, you could probably charge quite a bit and people will pay it.
But again, you have to just shove shit up your ass. And
Yeah, but if you grew up a certain way, I'm sure you don't care.
I suppose, yeah, you're right. That's true. If you grew up in a way where like you didn't really value.
Yeah, if you don't
kind of
place
stuff.
value on anything,
Yeah.
go for it, I guess.
John Hahn says, wear a mask while you perform like Kanye. Fuck your dignity, April. No, I'm not allowing it.
That's kind of genius, except I have tattoos, so you would know it was me.
But you'd know it was you. You don't want to do that.
No, of course not.
I wouldn't want to be with someone who
That's not
wanted
what
to do
the
that.
genius comment meant. That is smart. Like, if you don't have anything to, like, show your body that, like, it's you,
Yeah.
why not put a mask on?
I would, like, honestly, if I was on a date with someone and they said they had an OnlyFans, I'm out. Like, I'm just like,
I agree.
nah, I'm not
Wait,
fucking around with this
you
bitch.
wouldn't even just fuck for the night and then be out?
Nope, not interested. I don't want to be involved. I don't want anything to do with that. It's because it's a problem. Like, that person's a problem.
You don't have to stick around.
But I don't. Yeah. Nope. No, thank you.
No, that's not what I meant by like, oh, I'm totally getting a mask and I'm making one. Like, obviously, everyone's going to know who I am. I just meant it's smart.
Brown Candy says, if you live in St. Cloud, it's okay to make an OnlyFans. No, it's a smaller area. Plus, if you're a woman who wants to make an OnlyFans, again, fine, go ahead. Just miss me with that shit. That's all. Big Dummy says, I was raised to value my asshole. Attaboy.
Yes.
Attaboy. There you go.
I do value mine too. Nobody touches it.
Ever. You are, the asshole
Never.
is a no-go region.
I would literally, like, do they make chastity belts, but just for your asshole? I'm putting one on there.
She puts a lock on it.
I'll put, like, a reverse thong on it.
Yeah.
But with locks.
David Chandler says, should have been a second dono from me in there. Seems to have gone through on my end. Well, I am so very sorry, David.
Didn't you just have surgery and
Thank
shit?
you very much. Adam with 10 over there on, I almost said OnlyFans, PayPal.
I'd be so mad at you. Hold on.
What?
If I found out that you had like a foot OnlyFans or something, or like you were putting pictures of me on there and you were making bank, I'd be so mad at you if you didn't let me have one.
Why would I do that,
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Not some piece of
He's just
shit.
fucking pimping his feet out on OnlyFans.
Yeah, I don't know if I value my feet or if I don't value my feet, and that's the reason I do it. I'm not sure. Let's see, David. Oh, we did have another one from David. I'm sorry.
Thank you, David.
How did I miss that? I did not get the notification. 85 coming in from David, you generous piece of fuck. We are also now $20 into
Thank you.
Friday's goal. So we are
Wow.
$330
You guys.
away from Friday. Write that down on your piece of paper there. $330 for Friday.
Friday.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody who chipped in. A lot of names on here today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys and girls, very, very much for all your contributions to this program. Our streak continues.
This is so cool.
Over 2.5 weeks, no goal the day of the show. That's unbelievable. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it. Let's see if we've only got, 3.5 minutes left. Let's see if there's anything good on the Twitter that
The
we can
answer's
go
no.
to.
It's never anything good on Twitter.
It's just a bunch of people liking and retweeting a bunch of shit I said and did. A Beer says, "Hey, do the show, Aaron." Oh, sorry.
That's fucking funny. People do get mad at you when you check Twitter during the show.
Can we still joke about that? There's a what do you call it? A Gino joke right there. There's another Gino joke right there. What's this one? Replying to Aaron. This guy tagged Gino in a tweet I said about all people who do a show should be doing show prep. That's not very nice. That's not what I meant. I was talking about the fucking guy from the clip we played earlier.
I just feel bad.
The guy who was yelling at the girl who said that her mom died.
Oh,
I was like,
I don't
maybe
know
if
his
you guys
name.
had some fucking prep done and you had something to talk about, you wouldn't be skimming in
Oh.
your chat for people whose moms who had died.
That's what that tweet was about. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, do some fucking prep for God's sake.
Somebody just said that they bet I could get by on OnlyFans by sticking my toes in a cake and taking care of the simple folk. That actually sounds kind of fun. Like it would feel good.
Just squishing.
Ooh.
Yeah, because there's like innocent OnlyFans.
Like people could request different things like my nail polish on my toesies and different types of cake with different frostings and colors.
It's just
and
such
shit.
a weird. Do you really want to attract that?
Wow.
Like here you are. You don't want to get in YouTube beefs because
But
you're worried.
It's just my feet, though.
You're worried about the kind of people you'd attract if there's a YouTube beef. You really
That's a
want to
foot.
you want to get foot fetish people involved in your life?
Foot fetish people only care about your feet. There's a big difference.
No. I bet you they
What
got
are
a
they
lot
gonna
of.
do? Lop your foot off?
They
if
got a
don't
lot of
like it?
electrical cord that they tie things up with. I don't know.
But it's not me.
I think YouTube you can probably do toes in cake. You probably don't even have to go to.
I can make more money doing it the other way, though.
Apple TV Plus. Will Smith stars in Emancipation, inspired by the gripping true story of an enslaved man who would do anything for his family and for freedom. I wish I could play this, but it's a trailer for a big Apple TV thing, so YouTube would probably pop it.
Am I alone in feeling like I don't take him seriously anymore in anything
Because of the slap?
because of the slapping thing?
No, I think your mistake is ever taking him seriously at any other point.
I just feel like that kind of exposed him, and like there's no need. Like no matter what you said, I feel like there's no need to slap somebody on stage at a like fucking award ceremony.
There is a need. We just never do it when you should, like when they're on there talking about climate change and everything else. You know.
Okay, fine. Whatever Chris Rock said at that moment didn't warrant a slap.
No, Chris Rock certainly didn't, especially since the woman he was making fun of is so god-awful and unbearable. Guys, that's going to do it for tonight. We are out of time. Thank you very much. And again, we are going to start tomorrow goal-free. Thank you, David.
Woohoo.
Thank you, Lemmy. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Who contributed to tonight's program. April, thank you very much.
It's cake toe now.
Cake toe. I apologize. We're going to have,
That's a good branding, actually.
So we've got 3 clips out of this morning and 3 clips out of tonight. I hope everybody had
Oh,
fun.
really? Oh, what'd you clip out of tonight?
Well, we're going to clip Nerdy Curvy,
okay.
Crack in the Box, and Mandy Rose.
There's no cracks in my box.
Well, there's one. And I'm going to elongate it. What? We'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Central Time. We're obviously getting very